For today's second date update, a listener named Drew is on the phone, and he says he had a very awkward first date with the girl that he wants to call today, although I don't know why it's awkward. It sounds amazing to me. His email said she didn't say a word. So, dude, I would love that. No conversation at all. That sounds amazing, Drew. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Oh, my God. Even just Jubal's short description of that,
That sounds terrible.
it sounds awful.
Yeah, it was very, very, very strange. I mean, I guess I should start from the beginning.
Yeah, or just tell people how they can get this girl's number so they can go out with they're interested in someone who doesn't need to waste time with words on a first date, you know?
You are the only one that hates talking.
No, I know. Well, it got built up to like such a big point, but so I started talking to this girl named Bonnie off of like an online dating site.
Okay.
And we're just like chatting, just, like, how are you? Did you see this movie? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, normal, like, run-in-the-mill.
Yeah, just like a typical whatever.
Okay.
And then, like, after a few weeks, we're like, okay, maybe we should talk on the phone. And nothing changed from, like, transferring it over from text to talking.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so we decided to meet each other in person. We're like, okay, we need to just do this. We need to see each other, whatever.
Yeah, what took so long? Why were you waiting so long?
I don't know. Like, we just kind of, like, scheduling conflicts. I would be busy. She would be busy,
Okay, so you finally figured it out, and what did you do?
Well, so we were like, let's meet. And she texts me like an hour before we're supposed to meet up and says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I double booked myself. I was supposed to do this thing for my job, and I'm sorry I can't meet up. I was like, okay, like, no problem. So then we planned to hang out a couple of days later. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sick.
Wait, this is the second time she's bailed.
Yeah. And I was like, now it starts to sound kind of like a scam. Like,
Right. Like she's just blowing you off and never actually wants to get together.
Yeah, but then I'm like, if you want to blow me off, then just blow me off.
Right, because she's investing a lot of time talking to you and texting with you. It's almost like you guys are in a relationship before you even went out on a date.
Yeah, and, I honestly was falling for her really hard. I was still, like, kind of in that, like, enamored phase. Like, I'll still have hope that she still wants to see me, whatever. And then we finally decide on a third time to actually go out on a date. And she shows up with this index card that says, I'm sorry, I can't talk. My voice is gone.
Oh, my
So
God.
she actually showed up to your date and she couldn't speak.
I've never. It was like a David Lynch movie or something. I just didn't know how to react to it. I was just like, what the?
Yeah, why even show up?
Well, I mean, she didn't want to cancel on him again because she's already canceled twice. I think that it's nice that she followed through, but she didn't give you a heads up before that?
No, that's honestly, like if someone shows up with an index card, like that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the thing is that she's actually gorgeous.
Okay.
It's just this weird thing where, like, I just kept talking to, like, I tried to talk my way out of it.
So your whole date was her sitting there and you talking to her, trying to have a conversation with.
She would nod. And then I'd be like, well, don't you want to just, like, go home if you're sick or whatever the heck is going on right now? And then she wrote, yes, sorry.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I would think it's a good thing for you that she wanted you to know she was interested enough to still go on a date when she couldn't talk to you.
Well, I mean, can't you just text me then? Why are we using index cards and wasting paper? Like,
Obviously, she already canceled on you twice. If she cancels on you a third time, then you're going to think that she's lying or she's catfishing you, and you're not going to ever talk to her again. Of course she had to go out on the date.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't have gone on the date, but, like, it wasn't enjoyable. I was just literally just blabbing, like, just on and on and on and on.
Okay.
Well, I don't
So
get
why
it.
do you want to call her for a second date then?
Well, the reason that I want to call her is because I don't know if she's telling the truth or not.
Oh, you think that the index card was a lie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think it's a lie? Why do you think she didn't want to talk to you?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that she might be, like, hiding something. I have no idea.
When's the last time you heard, well, I don't know if you heard anything, but when's the last time you guys talked or typed, whatever you do?
Not since the date. I haven't heard from her.
So you guys went from talking every day to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever is wrong with her voice obviously has affected her texting.
It's affected her texting fingers too. She can't even type to you.
I just want to figure it out. I just want to know.
Okay. Well, play a song, then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys.
If she's talking. We'll
Yeah,
see.
right? That would be kind of a bad part for us.
We'll do it next. Hang on. If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Drew is on the phone, and I'm really pulling for Drew today because I think that he went out with wife material, for sure. Because he went out on a date with a girl, didn't say a word the whole time.
That's not a good thing, man.
Yeah, but
Apparently, she had something. She was sick and she couldn't speak. So when she showed up to the date, she actually had an index card written on it that said, "Hey, I have no voice." And they sat there for a little while. He did all of the talking and then said, "If you're sick, you should go home." And she wrote on her little index card, "Yes." And then she went home, and he hasn't heard from her since. More than anything, though, he just wants answers because he feels like she was faking. Drew, are you ready to give her a call?
Yeah, man. I'm just worried I'm being catfished somehow.
how are you being catfished when you've seen her in person? You guys have talked on the phone. Like, what is the catfish? She's suddenly going to have a man voice, and now that's even being considered catfish?
I don't know. Maybe her twin sister is in jail and they have different voices and she's saving. I have no idea.
You really
are
thought into
jaded,
it.
man. You
Yeah.
are super jaded. I feel like you need to take a break from internet dating.
I don't know. That'd be kind of
Well, I'm going to, but I need to solve this case.
I'm pulling for the twin sister in jail story. That would be
awesome.
That'd be great for the show.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, see, I just want to know. I just want to know.
Okay.
Okay, are you
Well,
going to feel bad if she was actually sick?
Maybe, but even if she really was sick, then she would have reached out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you, okay?
All right, man.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Bonnie.
this is Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
From a radio?
Yeah.
What?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's the name of a morning radio program.
Why?
Why? I don't
a really
know. That's
good
just the
question.
name we gave it.
We never mentioned it.
Why are we calling you? Is that what you're wondering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just wondering why we named it that. Calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and see if we can find out what happened. So you went out with a dude named Drew.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Drew emailed us and told us a little bit about your date, that you guys met online, you talked a bunch, and you finally coordinated a date, but when you showed up, I guess you had no voice.
True.
And she said that it was awkward because you couldn't talk, and then eventually he said, if you're sick, you can go home, and then you went home, and that's the last he heard from you.
Yeah, okay.
He also said that he really, really liked you and that you guys talked for like a month or something leading up to the date.
Yeah, we did.
You don't sound like you like him as much as he likes you.
You sound bummed.
Yeah. It's okay if you don't like him. I think he just wants to know.
I mean, I wasn't feeling good the day that we were supposed to have our date, and I didn't want to cancel on him. So I ended up going to the restaurant, and I got there, and I asked the hostess where he was seated, and I look over at the table. He's already there, and he looks nothing like his picture, nothing like any photos.
Wait.
What?
So you hadn't lost your voice? Because you said you just asked the hostess.
Yeah, I had not.
Oh.
And I was just trying to figure out what should I do. I mean, I've been talking to this guy for a month.
Wait, how?
So you feel like he catfished you or something?
I feel like he was trying to portray himself younger than he really is.
Oh.
And
what?
I didn't want to, I just felt guilty for leaving. So I was just like on the fly. I just asked the hostess for a pen and paper, and I'll just say, I lost my voice.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's
Wait.
quick thinking.
Very.
No, you guys, that's ridiculous. How different could he have looked? I mean, how old are you talking?
Are you kidding me? Like, easily could be my uncle.
Oh, man.
We're talking mid-40s. I'm in my mid to late 20s.
Oh, gotcha.
And the pictures on his profile were definitely in my age range. So when I saw him, it was quite traumatic. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't know who this guy is. And he barely looks like his photos. I could kind of tell that it was still him.
Why not just cancel on him instead of sitting there acting like you can't talk?
Because all the time we had spent talking already, I felt guilty. I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to stand him up.
Yeah, but you don't owe anything to somebody who's lying to you. I mean, did he outright tell you that he was your age, or is it something you just assumed?
We never had the conversation, but his photos make him look younger. So
It's weird that he wouldn't ever bring that up. Like, if he knows he's using photos from 20 years ago, he's probably going to get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't stay that long on the date, if that's any consolation for you.
He thought you might be faking,
Yeah.
not having a voice. And I guess you were faking, but he did suspect that.
I mean, it is what it is. He was lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying, Bonnie.
Drew, you're supposed to wait.
What's going on?
Oh, Bonnie, that's Drew. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, but apparently he couldn't wait until I called him into the conversation, Drew.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys, but like she can't say that I'm lying. I'm not lying.
But how are you not lying if you put...
those photos that were on my profile, yes, they were of when I was younger, but those were the best photos. I'm not gonna put like a crappy photo of myself on the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Why did you guys not tell me that he was on the line?
Why did you write on a note card like a sociopath and then say you couldn't talk? If that's what it is, then just say that. I don't know why you went around this crazy...
You know, Drew, I was doing you a favor, okay? I stayed. I could have left. You could have just been stood up at that restaurant like an average 45-year-old man, but I stayed.
I might be
there.
older, but I'm not like a Hannibal Lecter type of person that writes like a... Why couldn't you just say that?
We don't know that.
Drew, it is kind of weird that you brought up the whole point of how she was gorgeous in real life. Didn't you at any point think like, ooh, I better let her know that I'm significantly older than the photos that I used?
Significantly.
Yeah, just add it in again.
Drew.
Well, it does sound like you're just like fishing for younger women by tricking them online.
No,
That's
I'm totally not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm taking the photos that I think best represent my personality.
That's not true. I'm going to paint this photo. I'm going to paint this photo for you. If you were to walk into a restaurant, blind date, and you were going to go meet a woman. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done.
Okay, let's have
and you were
her
supposed
moment.
to see a woman, and then this woman ended up being 65 years old. What would you do? What if she looked old enough to be your mother? You look old enough to be an uncle
First of all, you're being
mine.
hyperbolic. Okay.
Oh, big words.
Or do you even know do you know what
I'm not a fucking idiot. Yeah, I know exactly what
Sure,
you're
you're
talking
not
about.
an idiot because you sound like a raving lunatic
Oh!
that would actually go to a hostess and ask for a pen and paper and then write that like, sorry, I can't talk. Are you, like,
I'm the lunatic, Drew. You're the one who called me on the radio, you idiot. What else do you have to do?
You moron.
Oh my God, both of you.
I had called you, texted you, reached out, and you just thought you could just like do whatever the hell you want. And you, by the
I will.
greaterness of your voice,
Yeah.
I know that you feel like you're a very entitled person now.
Drew,
really
just
annoying.
settle it. Drew, how old are you? How old are you, Drew?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, that means you are really old.
Well, I sound a lot younger than you do, sweetheart.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I think we have our answer here, Drew. I
Wow.
think you know why.
I don't think we have our answer because you two sound like there's a lot of passion, and I would love to see you guys go out on a second date. Bonnie, would you like a second date with Drew? We'll pay for it.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Don't you want an older
Just
man?
Why?
Wait, now you're just mocking her?
Yeah.
He has
That's exactly what I'm doing.
nothing better to do.
Oh,
So
man.
you're actually 12, is what I'm hearing,
He's
Drew.
older, but he's not as mature.
I'm happy to do Drew a solid, and I can set him up with one of my mother's friends.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bondi, thank you for your time, Drew. I'm sorry you didn't get your second date, but maybe update your photos online. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
Shut up. Why don't you update your photos? So you look so fucking ugly.
I've tried, but there's nothing that can really help that. Maybe I can borrow your photos.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says that Drew sounds pretentious. It is pretentious because he's older.
Yeah.
You get a little more pretentious when you get older.
True, you get that money. You get that good 401k.
You missed today's second date update. This dude, Drew, wanted to call a girl named Bonnie. They met online and they talked for about a month, and then they agreed to see each other in person. And when she finally showed up for their date, she had an index card that said, "Sorry, I lost my voice." And she couldn't talk, so the date was cut short.
Yeah.
He was suspicious and thought maybe she was faking, so we called, and she admitted that she was actually faking it to get out of the date because she said he looked 20 years older than his pictures online.
That was so creative on the fly.
But listen, he never denied that he was 20 years older than his pictures.
Yeah, he didn't want
Which
to tell us.
Seems like that means he's 30 years older than his pictures to me.
He just said they were good pictures of him.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people have good pictures from 20 years ago.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't
So
we
they
all?
got into a big argument about it and no date. They did not go out for a second date.
Yeah. Well, she should have known when they were obviously taken on a 35 millimeter camera.
Yeah. And remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. The girl on the phone for a second date update today met the guy that she wants to call because they live in the same building.
Oh, that's cute.
It's always easy when you live in the same building to meet somebody. The trick is you wait till they're not home, you break in, you steal some of their mail, and then you see them in the hallway and you're like, "Hey, I think somebody delivered some mail to me by accident." And then you strike up a conversation. It even works with TVs sometimes. Somehow your TV was sitting out in the hallway. It's in my apartment right now if you want to come get it.
Wow.
Is that
illegal?
Is that how you did it, Rachel?
Well, kind of similarly, but no, not at all.
So you didn't break into the guy's place, huh?
I didn't break any laws.
Okay.
But I did, I did put myself out there. Which
Boring. I was hoping for an exciting story.
How'd you meet this dude?
Well, he just moved into the building pretty recently, and, I saw him, going up and down the stairs once, but we hadn't really talked more than, a hello, but I definitely noticed him. I definitely thought he was really cute.
And what's his name?
His name is Adam. And we actually got a chance to talk because we have these machines in our basement. We have laundry on site in the building, but they're kind of weird. They don't take quarters. You have to use these refillable cards.
Oh, I totally know.
Yeah, I know what those are.
It's really, it's annoying and confusing the first time you do them. And so he'd never used them before. And I just happened to be doing laundry at the same
You
time.
just happened to drop some of your underwear on the floor in front of him. Oopsies.
She's only
But
washing
anyway,
sexy lingerie.
Let me help you out with your problem. This is not about me and my lingerie.
Yeah, and I accidentally put some of my underwear in his load so that when he got home, he'd be like, "Wow, who are these?"
Yeah.
And
You're
he'd,
like,
give
whoa.
them back or something. So that's why I thought maybe it was similar to your mail idea.
So, what did you guys end up doing for your date?
It was actually his idea. It was really cute because we lived in the same building. He was like, "Why don't we just order an Uber since we live in the same place and have it pick us up, and we'll just go get some dinner and some drinks."
Oh, wait, so he's the one that asked you out after all that?
Yeah, I mean, I was clearly flirting with him, and he was like, I know we live in the same building. I could just knock on your door, but I'd love to have your number in case I have any questions. But I knew he was and I was like, oh, okay.
It was an obvious play to get your phone number.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he asked you out, and then you guys took an Uber to a bar.
Yeah, I went over to a bar, and it started out really great. We were in the cab, and the banter was really good. We could just kind of he's really easy to talk to. He's really funny. He seemed very relaxed.
Awesome.
And I don't remember what he said, but after he said it, I was just cracking up, and I couldn't stop laughing. And I don't know why, but the words just came out. "Oh my God, I love you."
But you're saying it more in the way of like, hey, you're so funny, I love you.
Exactly, but like regardless, you guys, I said I love you on the way to the date.
Yeah, that's not a good time to drop that.
Was it like one of those record scratch moments where everything then drops?
Whoa.
Totally, and I'm like, I didn't really understand why, because I was like, oh God, I'm sorry. I mean, you know what I meant, right? But it was like I could tell it was like really different all of a sudden, like, and so then I like, because it was so awkward, proceeded to like really lean into it, and so like I said I love you to the Uber driver when we got out of the car, and like
Compensation.
I was trying to make it a thing, but like clearly like it hit a nerve, and like it wasn't part of like the thing.
Were you just overcompensating?
No, yeah, like I don't know what happened to me, but I just really wanted him to know that it was a joke and that I didn't mean it. But like looking back on it, I do feel like I maybe overdid it.
But did he get the point that you didn't mean it?
Yeah, I mean, I think he got it, but at the same time, like I said it like for the third time during the meal, like bringing it up jokingly again, and he didn't laugh. And so that's when I kind of knew, like, oh, and like for me, when that happens, it just makes me like want to convince someone even more that I'm sorry or kidding. And so
It might have been okay if you would have dropped it after it happened and made a quick joke about it and moved on.
I know.
Do you think that's why he's not calling you back?
Well, no, actually, he did call me.
Oh.
The date went fine, other than I love you gate. And then he called me the next morning, but I was in the shower, and so I missed the call.
Yeah.
And he didn't leave a message. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll text him. So I texted him. I was like, sorry I missed your call. I was in the shower, winky face. Had a great time last night. We should do that again. What are you up to this weekend? Something like that.
Right.
And that was like 4 or 5 days ago, and I haven't heard from him.
Oh,
Really?
Have you seen him in the building at all?
No.
Because that's always a risky thing. At some point, no matter how this turns out, you're going to have to share an elevator or the laundry room again.
I just think it's really weird that he would call me and then not respond to me after.
Yeah. I mean, you could understand it if after a first date somebody said, I love you, and then you just never talked to him again. But the fact that he called you in the
I
morning.
didn't say, like, I love you. I'm not like, I get it. We're like, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, it really seemed to, like, affect him. And I think that's why I kept going back to it, because even though I'd apologized once, it felt like it was, like, hanging in the air still. And I'm like, why? This shouldn't be this intense.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Okay, hold on. Right in the middle of a second date update, if you're just tuning in, Rachel is on the phone, and Rachel is in love. For the first time in her life, Rachel has found love, and it's slipped through her fingers, and it's not calling her back. And love's name is Adam.
Poor Rachel.
All right.
If you missed Rachel recap her date, she met a guy that lives in her apartment building. They agreed to go out for drinks and dinner. And while they were riding to the restaurant, he was joking around. She laughed, and it just kind of slipped out. She said, I love you. And she thinks that's the reason he's not calling her back, because one, she said, I love you. And then she spent the rest of the date trying to pour it on that it was a joke and saying, I love you to everything and everybody. And just any way she could drop the I love you line, she would do it. And now he's not calling her back, and she's wondering why.
I mean, what'd you like so much about Adam?
He was just really easy to talk to, and he's really funny. You know, like, a guy being funny is the most important thing to me.
I love funny guys, don't
I
you?
love him too.
All right, okay, I get it. Laid it on real thick.
All right. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Adam there?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, what's up, Adam? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on today?
Not much. Why are you calling me?
Oh, just checking in, man. Just,
No, I don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, the real reason I'm calling is that somebody emailed us about you and asked if I could get you on the phone. Her name is Rachel. She actually lives in the same building as you do.
What?
Do you remember Rachel? Do you know Rachel?
Yeah, but why are you calling about her?
Well, because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why. So Rachel's wondering why you won't call her back after your date.
I did call her.
Right. She said that after your date, she got a missed phone call from you, and then she texted you back and was like, hey, sorry I missed your call, and then she hasn't heard from you since.
Wow, she told you everything.
She did. She even told us about the I love you comment.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing for her.
Oh my gosh.
Is that the reason that you're not calling her back? Because she dropped I love you on a first date?
No, I actually thought that was kind of endearing.
Really?
Yeah, because she got so worked up about it and she kept saying it. And I mean, I got that she just said it as, a saying, and I wanted her to move on, but she didn't.
You didn't help her at all. She said after she said I love you that you got super awkward.
I didn't get awkward after the first time she said it. I got awkward after the fifth or sixth time that she said it.
Yeah, she told us that she feels like she went a little too hard on trying to let you know that it was a joke.
I wouldn't say it was a little too hard. I mean, I was trying to get to know her, and she just kept saying it, and it just kept getting in the way of me trying to get to know her. I thought she was great, and I wanted her to just stop saying it.
Poor girl, she was so awkward about it.
Yeah.
So is that the only issue then? The I love you?
No, I knew it was a joke, and I wanted to see her again, and that's why I called her, and the call went to her voicemail, and on her voicemail is this other dude who...
Whoa.
Yeah, he sounded like a real douche. He was like, hey, what's up? This is Rachel's phone. Leave a message because she's busy right now. And she's laughing in the background, and he's laughing about it, and it's like, what?
Weird.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So you're not calling her because there was a guy's voice on her voicemail?
Yeah, sketchy.
It wasn't just a guy's voice. It was the way he was talking and the way she was reacting to it in the background.
Don't you think it's just like a voicemail joke that just isn't very funny to you?
It didn't seem like it. Like, who's this dude? And why is she laughing like she loves it?
You don't know who the guy is? Why don't you just call her up and ask her?
I mean, I might sound paranoid if I call her up and I'm like, hey, who's that dude on your voicemail?
Yeah, I could see that being like, hey, was it another dude? You seeing somebody else? Like, it's been one date.
Already?
But you are being that way since you're not calling her back and you don't know who this guy is. It could be her brother for all you know.
You're right. It could be, but it might not be. And it's only been 4 days. I still haven't decided if I'm going to call her back.
You know what? Why don't we just clear this thing up once and for all and ask who the guy is? Because she's been on the phone listening this whole time.
What?
Yeah. Rachel?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Rachel.
So I guess I have some explaining to do. I'm kind of, I guess, relieved. But the person on my voicemail is an ex-boyfriend.
Whoa.
Okay.
What?
Why?
Good question.
I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, it's just my voicemail. I think it's really funny. I like the way he's putting on this, like, douchey, silly voice, and I sound really happy in it. It's just... it's just to me, it doesn't seem like a...
Wait. Time out. You like the way your ex sounds and the way you sound happy with him?
Okay, look, it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, things didn't end badly between us, and I just thought it was funny, you know?
But it's over. Are you not over him? How long ago did you break up?
We broke up like 3 months ago, but no, I don't have feelings for him at all. It's just...
Okay. So, yeah, you are clearly not over him. Have you gone on any date other than me since you broke up?
Yeah, I went on one, but I wasn't super into him. you
Rachel.
know. But
Rachel, nobody listening believes that you're over your ex. Not one person.
oh my gosh, you guys! Just because I have a voicemail with someone on it doesn't mean that I'm emotionally attached to them.
I don't know.
It's over.
I feel like
Facebook friends with their exes. People get coffee with them. It's not. I'm not in love with him at all.
I don't know, but it just seems like you wouldn't even want to have hear their voice that often, let alone have that be on your voicemail all the time.
Well, when I listen to my voicemails, I don't. It's not like an answering machine. I don't listen to it. I don't even think about it. The only people that hear it are the people that call
if
me.
you like the way it sounds, do you call your voicemail and just listen to it?
No, that is not something that I do. And honestly, Adam, I really like you, but we've only been on one date. And as we get to know each other, I'm happy to change my voicemail if it bothers you this much.
That's a big step.
It's not. That's see what I mean. It's not a big deal to me. It's just I just feel a little on the spot and awkward right now. You know, I just feel like I don't need to be bringing in my past. But, you know, it's my past. It's just a voicemail. You know, I'm not
it's not your past. You're still living in it.
Adam, I mean, she said that she'll take the voicemail down. That's a first step. I'm sure she'll get rid of her photo collages that are in her apartment as well.
She said she'd do it after we get to know each other. That's not. It's got to be done.
Well, hey, Adam, would you like to go out on a second date with Rachel? We'll pay for it.
No.
That was quick, Adam. You don't even give her a shot, man. I mean, you've gotten out of relationships. We all have. And after 3 months, it's sometimes hard to let go a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
She's ready, man.
Yeah, she's clearly not.
You say, so it's a no. You're not going to give her another shot?
Listen, Rachel, I like you.
I like you too.
I think we got along really well. But I think there's some things that you need to examine. And once you've done that, hit me up.
Okay, so you mean 3 months?
Adam, come on.
6 months down the line, Adam, after she's had time to heal?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my God, Adam, you're making a huge mistake right now. I just want to eat food and make out with you, and I'll delete my voicemail. It's not a big deal. I don't know what happened to you, but if you have bad experiences with people messing around with their exes or something, there is no unfinished business. And if you feel this strongly about it, there's nothing I can say.
Come on, Adam.
Did you hear
Adam, eat some food and make out.
Yeah, that proposal doesn't fall into your lap every day, Adam.
Awesome.
If I weren't over him, would I be on the radio trying to get a second date with you? Come on.
It's a good point.
Would you still have his voice on your voicemail?
You could be my new voicemail if it makes you feel better.
Oh.
Wow, I'm honored, but I'm gonna have to pass.
Oh, I can't believe that. She was even honest the whole time. Come on.
Oh.
Sorry, Rachel. No second date.
Man, I really thought it was because of the I love you thing, and now I'm learning it's because of something bigger. And
It's because of the I love you thing with your ex. That's what it is.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, what's wrong with that guy who doesn't want to eat food and make out? What an idiot. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about the second date update. Rachel wanted to call this dude named Adam. They live in the same building. They went out, had a good time. She thought he wasn't calling back because she accidentally was laughing at something he said and it slipped out. She said, I love you. And then the whole evening she kept making excuses and trying to point out that it was a joke when she said I love you. She didn't actually mean I love you. But the problem was he called her for a second date and she still has her ex-boyfriend on her voicemail.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to go out with her again because of that.
Mm-hmm. You can't blame him too much, but she did sound pretty cool about it. I'll change it. It's not a big deal.
It's one of those situations. It's a deal, but you don't know why. It just doesn't feel right.
She didn't sound like she was still into her ex at all, but he was convinced that she was not over her ex because she left him on the voicemail.
Yeah.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Today's second date update is brought to you by the bare minimum.
What?
If more dudes would learn to do just the bare minimum, their dates would go a lot better.
You think so?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
And proof of that is Steven, who's on the phone right now. He learned that lesson the hard way. What's up, Steven?
How are you guys?
Good. You're kicking yourself for not doing the bare minimum, aren't you?
Well, yeah, hindsight's 20/20, but I guess so. Yeah,
Stop preaching that. Women actually like it when guys put in a little effort.
that's what I thought too until I went out with Erin.
Okay, so that's her name, Aaron?
Yeah, I met Erin online and learned that lesson quick.
Okay. What did you do for her that backfired so badly?
Well, I know I'm not the greatest dater. Like, that's just, I'm not very good at it.
Okay.
But, I wanted to be a little extra creative. So I picked up Erin at her house, and, she looked beautiful. I thought she was great. And I told her that I had a surprise for her.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. See, that's the thing. You want something special, but when you say surprise and internet date together, it usually is going to send up some red flags for women.
Yeah, I kind of thought that maybe, but I thought it'd be fun, just something different instead of just the same old date, just nothing really fun. So I went to the store right before the date on the way there, and I thought it'd be funny if I just picked up like 4 random things and then said like, let's just try to incorporate these 4 things, these random things, into our date somehow.
Like you had like a deck of cards and a keg cup, and you're just like, let's see how we can get it all work into a date?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but I did get a few other different things.
So what were the things you got? Because I'm on your side right now.
Well, I got a pair of sandals, and then I picked up like a big red mug, Clorox bleach, and then I had a toy car. That was like the 4th thing I got.
How are you going to work those into a date?
That was going to be the fun part.
Oh, all right. Bleach would have scared me right away.
Exactly. I thought he was going to follow it up with like duct tape and a shovel are the other 2 things I bought.
Thinking about it now, I guess the bleach is kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, really weird.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I was like, well, if these things are so different from each other, how are they all going to be able to incorporate? I thought it'd be a fun idea.
And what was her reaction to all these things?
Well, as soon as she saw that, she said no.
No.
Right away. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. And she's very clear. She's like, that doesn't sound like something I want to do. So I was like, oh, what do you want to do? I kind of froze up. I had nothing in my mind that would work as a backup plan.
So let me get this straight. You could make a date work with bleach, a red mug, sandals, and I can't remember what the other thing was. And you can't make a date work with just like, hey, let's go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess not. I just panicked. I had this kind of idea in my mind that this was going to be this adventure date, but it wasn't, and it wasn't going to be that way.
What do you guys actually do?
She just said, like, let's just go to a bar and drink and we'll talk.
Wow.
And that's what I mean. The bare minimum,
Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah, well, I wish I would have went that route anyways, but I didn't.
Were you able to recover from the bottle of bleach?
The thing was, it was tough. We got to the bar and talked, and I just kind of never really recovered from it. We just never got in a groove at all.
Okay.
Really, I was just in my head the whole time, and I couldn't get out of it. And I kind of was going back to just how I fumbled the ball, right away. And I just couldn't get in the groove. It was all on me. I just couldn't recover.
I feel like you're being too hard on yourself. I mean, you put in some valiant effort. It sounded like, if she were willing, it could have been a fun experience.
Yeah, no, I really don't think she had any fun with me.
All right, well,
Okay, then.
that could have happened. So you're trying to get her on the phone to see if you can get a do-over?
Yeah, I did try for a second date, so I did send her flowers the next day.
That's nice.
And I just said, thanks for coming with me, and I'd love to take you out again. And I did promise her that the second date would be a lot easier and much better.
All right. And did you hear anything back from the flowers?
I didn't hear anything for 2 days, and then she did text, and she told me that she was really thankful for the flowers.
But it took her 2 days to write you?
Yeah, it was like a day. I think the flowers got delivered, and then the next, 2 days after that, or a day after that. And then I replied back to her asking if she wanted to go on that second date, and then I haven't heard anything from her since. So,
Are you sure you just don't want to chalk this up to a bad experience and find another girl online?
I thought about that, but I really think about her quite a bit, and I think she's great. And I think that honestly, that first date, and it was so awkward and bad right off the door. I'm hoping that maybe the second date would just kind of smooth things over, and I'll be a little bit more confident in making better choices, I guess, making it a lot easier.
All right. Well, we'll play a song come back, call her, and see if we can get you a second date where you can try to do better. All right?
Great. That's all I want.
You know what they always say? When life gets you down, you lay there and make excuses until somebody feels bad for you and tries to help you out.
Yeah, I heard that. That's
The old saying.
it's catchy, too.
And Steven is on the phone right now, and he got knocked down by love in the second date update today. He went out with a girl named Erin. He actually had some fun plans to do like a weird date kind of thing. I don't really want to go into the whole recap of it, but he made plans for what he thought was a fun date. And he thought that she had a horrible time. So even after the date, he sent her some flowers, and all he got was a text back saying, "Thanks for the flowers," and then no response. So he hasn't heard anything from her since. We're about to get her on the phone and see if Steven can get some redemption. Steven, you ready?
I am, yeah.
Okay, and I don't want you to come out of this, Steven, feeling bad about yourself. Because, I mean, if this doesn't work out, you are a thoughtful, caring, seems like very gentle human being. And you should stick with that.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, but I mean, I know I'm not the best dater, and I kind of screw up things a lot. So,
All right, I tried to give you some confidence.
Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Okay, you ready?
yep.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Erin, please?
this is Erin. Who's this?
Hey, Erin, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning radio show?
Sorry, I'm not familiar.
No, you're not?
I don't think so.
Good. We're off to a great start. So we do a segment on our show that's called the Second Date Update. And we recently got an email from one of our listeners about you.
Oh, okay. Who?
His name is Steven.
Oh, he emailed you guys?
Yep. He emailed us, told us a little bit about your date, and said that he really liked you, but now you're not getting back to him. So he thought maybe we could find out what went wrong.
Okay. I mean, Steven, he's a nice guy. Like, I thought he was cool.
You did?
You sound so positive about Steven.
He's really sweet. Probably the nicest guy I've ever been out with on a date.
Whoa.
The only thing is he's a little bit down on himself.
What?
Down on himself?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit too down on himself.
Well, we talked to him, and he doesn't sound like the most confident guy in the world, or even near the most confident guy in the world. And he told us about your date. He said that he had planned some kind of fun date for you guys, and you turned him down instantly and were like, no, I want to go to a bar.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I felt bad about that. Normally, I'd be down for that kind of thing immediately, but I didn't explain. I was kind of hungover from the day before, so I needed to just get back to normal. So that's why I thought, let's go to a bar.
Wait, so you weren't freaked out by the bottle of bleach he had, or you didn't think he was an idiot for even thinking about it?
I mean, I didn't think about the bleach much because I was, like I said, hungover. But I just thought, let's keep it simple because I don't feel well. Let's just get to know each other.
Okay.
That sounds
And-
so nice.
Yeah, it does. He said that's the part that really threw him off because he didn't know what to do with that. He said he felt kind of awkward and felt bad that he had tried to plan something that you didn't like.
Oh, yeah, he made that very clear.
Oh, no.
I mean, he apologized the entire night, and I kept telling him, no, it's fine. And I even told him that I kind of felt bad for turning it down so abruptly, but he just couldn't let it go the whole date.
Whoa.
Okay, and did that just kind of get annoying to you?
Well, I felt like I kind of had to pick him up, like, no, it's okay. Let's just move on.
Yeah, and like one of the most attractive things about a person can be confidence.
Yeah, it was just, I couldn't even get to know him because he was beating himself up.
It's like, I'm a terrible person.
I actually visually picture him punching
Yeah.
himself in the face when you say that.
I mean, yeah, I think he kind of was inside, and it made me feel kind of bad because I felt like I was doing that to him.
Oh, no.
Now you guys are just both on this date feeling horrible for him, I guess.
I'm
You're both
sorry.
feeling bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what I said or did, I just couldn't really get him out of it. I mean, he's got like zero confidence. Like, he went to the bathroom and he was gone so long. Like, I clocked it at 20 minutes before I checked on him.
That's not confidence. That's like a, I don't know, lactose intolerance or something. That's,
Oh, no.
there's another
I
issue there.
I went to check on him because I was concerned, just wondering what was up. And he was outside the bathroom saying that there were people in there and that he couldn't go when there was other guys around, so he was waiting for it to be empty.
Shut up. He told you that? He can't
Yeah.
he can't use a urinal when other people are around?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not. I mean, he was just standing outside the door that whole time.
Oh my gosh. Did you offer I'll watch the girls' room so you can at least use a private stall?
No, luckily some guy came out and he sprinted inside, and I did watch the door for him. He's like, "Can you watch the door for me?" And I was like, "Sure."
Can you watch my door? I gotta pee real bad. I can see how that might be a little bit of a turn off.
Not a little bit. That is a big turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really even know how to feel. I just kind of stood outside the bathroom and watched for him, and then we finished our date, and yeah, I didn't really know how to feel about him.
All right, well, he knows how to feel about you because he liked you a lot.
I mean, that's really sweet. I mean, I liked the idea of him. It's hard to say, though,
Okay. Well, I need to let you know, Aaron, Steven is actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, Steven, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Aaron. Sorry about this.
You don't need to apologize, Steven.
Yeah, you don't need to apologize, Steven. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I should. I do. I really should apologize to you. I shouldn't have called the radio station. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that was the idea.
Steven.
You were wondering what was going on. I get it.
Well, I do want to apologize. I'm sorry about it.
Steven, what are you doing? Just stop apologizing.
Steven, I felt bad that I turned down your idea, for incorporating objects into our date or whatever. I would normally be down for that. I just want to be clear. I felt bad. So you don't have to feel bad.
No, I'm sorry about it. I shouldn't have probably done that.
No, you don't have to apologize. You don't have to. It's okay.
Well, I don't know. I just feel bad that I'm making you feel bad about, me feeling bad. So it's I'm sorry about that.
The lack of confidence is kind of endearing to me now, Aaron.
I don't know. I mean, you just have to stop apologizing. You're okay. We'll move on from here.
Steven, Aaron is telling you not to worry about it. Do you hear her saying that?
Yeah, I heard her. No, and I appreciate that. But, I know the truth, and it's probably more on some of the things that I've done. So
You don't know the truth. That's the thing. Everything about you sounds really great and attractive and something that Aaron would want, except for this piece of you that seems to overshadow everything else.
When you were talking about skiing and you made a joke about the bunny hills and I cracked up. Do you remember that? I mean, you were really funny and charming.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I mean, I'm just not very good at skiing, so it's funny to I don't know.
Somehow I have a feeling, Steven, that you wouldn't think you were very good at skiing.
Anything.
But you thought that was funny?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I thought maybe you were just being nice.
Of course.
No, honestly, I mean, you're really funny. You just need to work on your confidence a little bit, and you'd be sexy even.
Wow, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you.
There you go, Steven. Look at that. Aaron thinks you could be sexy.
Someone should put a little pep in their step.
Aaron, would you like to go out with Steven on a second date? We will pay for it.
I mean, I was just trying to get his spirits up. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to take that step yet.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was probably what you were thinking, so I don't blame you.
Steven, I wasn't just trying to be nice. I just don't know if you can stop beating yourself up. I don't know if you can stop. If you can stop this and just be with me.
I mean, I'd love to
on a
take you
date.
on a second date, Aaron. I really would. And if you would, I'll work on my confidence, I guess, but I can't guarantee anything.
Steven, try it again. Try that again, and then say that you guarantee it. I want to see if you can do it.
All right, I do it. All right, cool.
Okay.
Well, I really would love to take you on a second date, Aaron, and I'm going to work on my confidence. So, you know what? I guarantee it.
Whoa, there you go, Aaron. That's a Steven guarantee. That's as good as gold.
It's almost like a pitch
Yeah,
now.
And you know what? We're probably going to have the time of our lives.
Probably.
Oh my God, you're so
Come on, Aaron.
adorable right now.
Aaron, just give him one more shot.
You could not say no to that.
All right, yeah, I'll give you a shot, but don't put too much pressure on it, okay? Just be
No,
you.
I'm gonna
Just
play
be
cool.
confident. Yeah.
I'm gonna play totally cool.
You sounds like you're a master of that, Steven, so good luck, man.
All right, looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
Steven's so excited. Today's second date update is going to be pretty exciting because it's filled with celebrities.
What?
That's right. Kevin is on the phone, and today he wants to do a second date update with a girl named Marianne. And apparently, their first date involved a lot of celebrities.
Really?
Yeah.
How? I want to know.
What's up, Kevin? How are you?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good. So I hear your first date was a star-studded affair.
Whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
What'd you do? Like take her to some red carpet event or something?
No, my date was just talking about celebrity gossip.
Well, that is
Yeah.
the biggest letdown I've heard today.
Wasn't quite as exciting as I made it sound, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Your email said that you guys talked about celebrities the whole time. Why?
Well, I guess she was really into celebrities. She was really into the Kardashians and all that. What's happening? I'm not. I have no idea what's happening in that world.
So wait, how did you meet this girl?
We met on Tinder.
Okay. And did you have any idea that she was celebrity obsessed before you went out with her?
You know what? Towards the beginning of the date, she was going on about all these celebrities, and I just told her, I'm just not a part of that world. And 5 minutes later, I'm like, Kim Kardashian did what?
It is addictive, I will say. As someone who does a lot of celebrity gossip, man.
Your first date with Marianne was just you two gabbing about celebs?
It's definitely something I never thought I'd end up doing, but it's kind of fun, We went on for like 2 hours, and I just went on because I didn't know any of that, so I was asking her who's married to who's dating who. I was writing a map on my napkin.
All right.
Up the dot.
So, do you want to do a second date update to go out with her again, or you just need some more celebrity gossip? Just another fix.
No, I wouldn't mind another celebrity update because it's been a couple of days now, but I definitely want to go on a date with her again too.
Why do you want to go on another date? What did you like about her so much, other than the celebrity stuff?
As much as she could talk, she just never stopped smiling. And I thought that was so great.
That is one of the sweetest things I think that anybody's ever said on a second date update. What did the night end like?
Well, I wanted to take her back to my place so I could get on her.
What? What happened to you? Just a second ago, you were melting my heart.
Yeah, I know. I liked her smile a lot, and I was hoping I'd get her back to my place so I could just jump on her back right as we walked in the door.
I was just being honest with you. That's what I wanted to do with it.
Oh, my gosh. So much honesty there.
What did you guys do? So you went out to eat, or where were you when you were talking about all the celebrity stuff?
Yeah, we went out to eat, and, after we ate, I asked her, let's go back to my place.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah. So we went back to my place, and we were hanging out, watching a movie, Netflix and chill. And I said, I'm going to go change in my room. I'll be right back. I come back, and she's gone.
Wait, you pulled the I'm going to change to something more comfortable line?
Well, I was dressed up for the occasion, so I wanted to relax and kick back and dress in more comfortable clothes, and encourage her to do the same thing. And not that she would change it. Hopefully she would.
Hopefully just get out of the clothes that she was wearing. That's all you wanted.
Yeah.
And then when you walked back out, she was nowhere to be found?
She was literally gone. And the front door was wide open.
Oh my God, she was kidnapped.
Do you have any idea why she would just jet like that?
I have no clue. Maybe she didn't like the movie.
It was so bad that she ran out of your place, leaving the door open and ran down the street.
Is there any chance that maybe, in the couple moments by herself, she was able to rethink the situation and realize she didn't want to hook up with you?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like a pretty weird thing to do, to just leave.
Obviously you tried to reach out to her.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as she was gone, I texted her a few times, like, where did you go? And I just got nothing back.
Nothing. Not one text message.
Literally nothing. It's not a good feeling.
It's like this date didn't even exist.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel. It's really weird. Like, no one would know that I went on a date with her and she was gone. What am I going to tell my friends?
Maybe she was a little celebrity gossip angel that just dropped out of heaven that night to share some updates with you and then leave.
Open up the gossip world for me.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and hopefully find out why she just split from your place that night.
And if I might add, I'd like to get a second date with her so I could get on her.
We'll do our best to help you get on her, okay, bud? Hang on.
All right, thanks, man.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Kevin is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Mary Ann. All Kevin wanted from the date was to, quote, get on her. But
God, that hurts my
when
soul.
they went back to his place after hanging out at a bar, talking about celebrity gossip and whatever, there was a moment when he said, I'm going to go slip into something a little more comfortable. Well, he went to go slip into whatever that comforting thing was. And then when he came back, she was gone and the door was still left open. So she just ran out of his place. He tried texting her, tried calling her, and has gotten no response. So it's a mystery. Where did Mary Ann go? And will Kevin ever be able to get on her? Kevin?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I just don't get it. Even if something happened, you know, even if, you know, there was an emergency or there was something.
Did you ever say to her, like, hey, I'm going to go slip into something more comfortable and then I'm going to get on you?
I mean, I didn't say the second part.
Okay. Because if you said that, then I could understand. She'd be like, all right, I'm going to leave.
At no point in the conversation did I say, I want to get on you. I just told you guys that.
Okay, good. I think that's a good decision.
Kevin, it's not an object you ride, okay? It's not a fun Ferris wheel game.
Well, you're doing it the wrong way then.
I agree, Kevin. Well, let's give Marianne a call, see if we can get her on the phone and find out what went wrong that night, okay?
Please, I'd really like to know what happened.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking to speak with Marianne.
That's me.
Hey, Marianne, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, okay.
What's up?
What's up?
Not much.
Hey, Marianne.
How are you doing today?
Oh, hi. I'm doing well. A little confused, but cool.
Any idea why I'm calling you?
I'm really hoping I won a big prize.
You might have won a big prize. Yeah. I don't really know how tall he is or how much he weighs. He could be big. I have no idea.
What does that mean?
That means that one of our listeners emailed us because they want to do a second date update with you.
What?
Do you know what that is? Have you heard the second date update before?
I've heard it sometimes on my commute.
Okay.
I'm now trying to think, who's I on a date with?
Well, his name is Kevin.
Oh.
Rings a bell, it sounds like.
Yeah, it does.
Well, we just talked to Kevin, and he told us that you guys met on Tinder and went out for drinks, spent a lot of time talking celebrity gossip and stuff, and then went back to his place.
Oh, wow. Okay, you guys know all of that.
Yeah, we do. We also know that at one moment he went to go change, and then you just left.
Yes, I did. I did do that.
Okay. He said that you left in such a hurry that you didn't even bother to shut the door.
Yeah, I got out of there as quick as I could.
Whoa! Do you mind telling us why?
I don't know. It feels weird to air his dirty laundry,
Dude.
Yeah, but he wants his dirty laundry aired. That's the whole reason he emailed us.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be great for him, really. I don't know if he knows what he's asking for.
I feel like it's a public service at this point. If you had to leave a man's place that quickly, he needs to know.
So you guys are sure?
Yes.
Yes, we're
and
positive.
I'm dying to know, so you have to tell us.
You really want to know?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys basically know the whole date, right?
Yeah, unless there's anything he hasn't told us.
Okay. So he left to go to the bedroom to go change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he was kind of in there for a while, and I got kind of bored, so I thought, oh, I'll surprise him in
the bedroom. I thought, that would be fun.
Nice.
Okay.
So, but I opened the door a little bit, and he didn't see me, but he's laying out stuff on the bed.
What do you mean? Like clothes to change into or something?
Yeah.
No, God, this is so awkward. Like stuff that he didn't clear with me before.
Stuff that he didn't clear.
Like,
Can
wait.
you just tell us, what
know.
stuff?
It was kind of dark in there. I really couldn't see. There were a lot of things, but I for sure saw a pair of handcuffs and a whip.
On your first what?
You're telling me that he was laying out perverted objects on the bed for you?
Yes, he was preparing to go all 50 Shades of Grey on me, and I didn't know.
There was never a discussion beforehand like, what are you into? Are you on the same page as me?
Whips and chains.
No, we talked about celebrity gossip the whole time.
That is so forward.
Dang.
I mean,
Are you sure that's what you saw?
I'm 99% sure, and that's why I was scared, and that's why I had to leave.
I
Normally,
don't blame you.
ease into the handcuffs and whips, you know?
Yeah, that's more of a relationship thing once things get stale or something.
Or a second date.
Yeah,
You know?
whatever you guys are. At least you talk about it before you just bring it out. That's the point.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he could have at least picked a movie choice to go with it, but, it freaked me out, so I left.
Okay.
Oh,
So you
man.
basically you think he's a pervert and you don't want to talk to him.
I mean, I don't want to shame anyone for their sexual preferences, but I don't want to. I mean, I got scared. I left. I don't want to talk to him.
Okay, well that's a shame because Kevin's actually on the other line listening and really wants to talk to you right now.
No.
Yep. Kevin?
Oh.
Hey, Marianne.
Whoa.
Oh my God! I can't believe you're on the phone.
Well, there's no other way to get in contact with you, but now I realize why you haven't.
Oh my God, I can't listen to him without being kind of creeped out now, Kevin.
Okay, give me a chance, though. Give me a chance. I'm sorry. You weren't supposed to say that, and it was just a precaution. I didn't know that if you were 100% down with it, but I just wanted to be ready, you know?
A precaution?
Yeah, Kevin, what's your plan there? Like you start making out with her and then you...
Handcuffs.
Yeah.
You know. It takes you 5 minutes, and you know what's needed, and I can do it all.
What?
I can do it all.
No.
So you're a pleaser then, Kevin, is what you're trying to say.
I'm a what?
Pleaser?
Yeah. That's all I was trying to do. If that was something that she was into, I would have had her. If it was the opposite, then I would have had her. I would have had you, Marianne. I would have held you if you wanted to be held, and I would have whipped you if you wanted to be whipped.
Wow.
This is really freaking me out. I'm really glad I ran out of the room.
Well, for the record, those handcuffs you saw, they weren't for you. They were for me.
That doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it look weird.
Kevin, can you really not see how this is maybe a little too much the first time you meet somebody?
I mean, I can definitely see how it could be too much if it's not your type of thing, but if it's not your type of thing, then I wouldn't have presented it to you. But I don't know who you are.
What's my type of thing?
Everything you say, Kevin, just gets creepier and creepier. How do you do it? I'm impressed.
I'm not trying to be creepy. I'm just trying to be real with you. I'm an honest person. That's me.
Hey,
At heart.
Yeah, maybe a little too honest, Kevin. I'll ask the question, though. Marianne, would you like to go out on a second date with Kevin? We will pay for it.
No. The handcuffs are not in my future, and they shouldn't be in his.
Marianne, that's a shame because I can do lots of things. You saw one part of me, and I can give you more. And I really like your smile. And I really like to see you again.
Creepy.
No, you freaked me out beyond all repair. I am freaked out.
Oh.
All right. Well, Marianne, if you ever do come around to see the joy of whips and handcuffs, I'll be here.
Whoa.
Thank you very much. If I change my mind, sure, I'll do that. But nope, I don't think I will.
All right. Well, Kevin, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date.
Yeah, well, at least I know now why she left.
Yes.
She won't do that again.
And I think you've ruined the dating game for every Kevin on Tinder ever after this.
Maybe I helped it. Maybe we know now.
Maybe.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 says, I don't know why that girl won't go out with him again. I would love to go out with that guy. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Kevin wanted to call a girl named Marianne who wasn't calling him back after their date. When we got her on the phone, we found out why. It's because they met on Tinder and they were messing around on the couch and she was actually ready to hook up with him. He's like, I'm going to go to the bedroom real quick, get a little more comfortable. And she was going to go surprise him in the bedroom. And then when she went to the bedroom, she saw him laying out like whips and handcuffs and everything else. And then she wasn't interested all of a sudden. Like, wait, that's a little bit too early.
Yeah. You shouldn't even assume people like sushi, for instance, on a first date, let alone whips.
And the whole time she was telling the story, you know what I was thinking? That's a perfect opportunity for her to get on the phone with my friends at advocateslaw.com.
Oh, my God.
Let's say you're over at a friend's house and they pull out a whip and whip you.
Yeah.
And you don't like it. It hurts a little too much. Maybe they're a little too rough with the handcuffs. Well, you can call my friends at advocateslaw.com. They're personal injury attorneys. They also do auto as well. It's 206-512-3555. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it costs you nothing to talk to an attorney. And you don't pay anything unless you win. And they've gotten over $100 million for their clients. It's advocateslaw.com. But yeah, Kevin jumped the gun there on that a little bit.
Yes.
He's just, I just want to be prepared in case you liked that.
Yeah.
There are ways to find out slowly what somebody's into instead of just being like, oh man, she's ready to go.
Let's get this thing started.
I got to get everything. Has anybody seen my samurai sword? I have to. Who knows if she's going to be into that kind of thing.
Patience is definitely key in that whole situation.
Yeah. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back. A listener named Rebecca is on the phone for a second date update today. And her first date was filled with adventure.
Oh, really?
Definitely not for the faint of heart or the lactose intolerant.
What is it?
Rebecca took her date on a search around the city to find the perfect mac and cheese.
Oh, that is such a good date idea.
Did they find it? I don't know. Let's find out. Rebecca, how you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Good. I got your email about your date, and it sounds like a fun time. You guys searched for the perfect mac and cheese in the city?
Yes, we did.
I mean, I'll pretend that I'm interested in your date, but I just want to know where the best place was that you found.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I think so.
God, in more ways than you could ever imagine.
Okay, so first of all, before we get into your actual search, what's the guy's name that you went out with?
Chris.
Chris. And how did you meet Chris?
We met online, like on a dating website.
Oh, so like a mac and cheese blog?
No, it was a normal dating website, and then we discovered through chatting that we both love mac and cheese.
Yeah, who
Now,
doesn't?
was the date idea your idea or his idea? Because I think it's genius.
I think it was actually his idea because we were talking about it, and he's like, "We should go out and find the best mac and cheese," and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah."
Yeah, talk about a sweet talker.
No kidding. He does know a way to a woman's heart, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love my carbs, and I love it cheesy.
All right. And so how was the date?
The date was really good. He showed up and he was like super cute. And we were going to go to 3 places because we did a bunch of like Yelp research and like looked at reviews and stuff. And so the first place, we like, got a bowl and like split it, and it was good. And we went to the second place and it like wasn't as good as people said. We were both kind of underwhelmed.
That's lame.
It was like kind of like too carby and like not cheesy, kind of like bland tasting. You know what I mean?
So good,
Are we still talking about the mac and cheese or the date still?
No, the mac and cheese.
He was good. The mac and cheese was bad at the second place.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
But you had hope for the third place. You still wanted to go there?
Yeah, of course. I don't stop when it comes to mac and cheese. And we were sharing, so it wasn't like we were like gorging ourselves, So after like the bland place, we made our way to the third place. And like, honestly, the best part about the date wasn't even the mac and cheese because like on the way to each place, we would like walk together and just talk, you know, like conversation was like super easy and fun.
And if you're sharing food with somebody, there's like a level of intimacy there. There just is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's more than that. It's mac and cheese for me.
That's true. You know, if like my mom dipped into my mac and cheese when I didn't want her to, we'd have a big problem.
Yeah.
It's very personal.
Was there any awkward moments on the date?
Well, at the third place we went to, we got some mac and cheese, and he was like, I'm not feeling good. Like, oh, are you lactose intolerant?
Oh, you're making fun of him.
Yeah, and he didn't really respond to that.
So maybe he was?
No, he's the one that set up the date idea. He wouldn't be a lactose intolerant person. If
You
it was
do
his
a
idea.
lot to go out with a lady. I will risk some irritable bowel syndrome to go out with a girl that I really like. I'll pretend like I like cheese until I get to the point where I've had enough and I'm like, dude, I can't anymore.
But that's the weird thing. He was like, well, maybe I had too much. And I was like, okay, I don't think so. Like, we've been splitting stuff and like had to-go containers. So like, you know, we knew we were going to have 3 different mac and cheeses today, you know?
Yeah.
And more importantly, why would you want to call a guy back that can't handle his cheese to begin with?
But no, like, he was super sweet, and I was concerned for him, you know? Because I was like, can I take you home? Can I, like, get you an Uber or something? He's like, no, that's really nice. And then he, like, kissed me on the cheek and then, like, bolted away.
Oh, so you guys didn't even get to the third restaurant? Did you eat?
We were going to order, and he's like, no, I'm not feeling good.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. You must have really been sick.
Yeah. I mean, the way you describe it, he bolted. Did he literally just leave that quickly?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, maybe he's, like, having a bathroom emergency.
Yeah.
But it's been over a week, and I've been texting him, and he still says that he's not feeling well. And I don't believe him. Like,
Like, that's his response to you? Is that his tummy still hurts?
yes, he says, I'm still not feeling well. Sorry.
All right, yeah. That sounds a little strange to be that sick after 8 days.
Yeah, and I'm just so confused, and that's why I emailed you guys, because I feel like there's like some stupid secret reason he's not telling me, and he's super cute and super nice and funny, and I want to go out with him again.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay, hang on. Rebecca and the guy she went out with had a really interesting concept for their first date. They were going to search the whole city for the best mac and cheese. They went to 2 restaurants, had mac and cheese there, didn't make it to the third one because he left with a tummy ache.
Sissy.
But he's had the tummy ache for 8 days now because every time she's texted him, he's texted back saying, sorry, still can't go out, feel sick. So we're going to get him on the phone right now and find out why. Are you ready, Rebecca?
I'm ready.
God, I'm nervous for you because this is like an online dream date. You know, like he's cute, he's funny, he eats mac and cheese, he was into you.
Oh, I miss him even more now.
Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, can I speak to Chris, please?
Yeah, you got me.
What's up, Chris? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Who are you?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi,
We can go back and forth like this all day, man.
established
Hi.
that already, Chris.
What's going on?
Not much, man. Just hanging out. You know, thought we'd give you a call.
Now I feel like we should go back to hi.
Is there a reason you're calling me?
Yeah, there is actually. Do you want to hear what it is, or we could just continue to get to know each other?
Go ahead.
We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
About me?
Yeah.
Well, what did it say?
Well, her name is Rebecca, and she said that you guys went out on a date, and she really liked you, but now you're kind of blowing her off. So she emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would she email you guys about this?
Because we're close personal friends of hers.
I mean, you're joking, right?
About us being close personal friends? Yeah, we don't know her that well, but she does listen to the show, and it's a segment that we do on our show all the time. It's called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out with somebody and then they end up blowing you off after your date, you email us to see if we can get them on the phone and figure out why. So she wants us to try to find out what went wrong.
I mean, obviously nothing like this has happened to me before.
Like this right now, or the mac and cheese date that you guys went on?
You know about the mac and cheese date?
Yeah, we do.
We also know that you're allegedly sick right now.
Mhm.
Look, I don't really want to talk about this.
Can you just tell us anything? She's really curious. She liked you a lot. She told us how you guys went out, went to a couple places to try mac and cheese because you both are mac and cheese aficionados. And before the last place, you left with a stomach ache. And now she says that you've been sick for like 8 days.
Yeah, well, it was a weird night, okay? I haven't felt great.
So wait, you're sticking with the sick thing right now? Because it sounds like you're totally fine.
Look, it was a weird night, okay? That's all I'm going to say. It was a weird night, and that's that.
What was so weird about it? Mac and cheese doesn't sound that strange to me.
Well, it was fun in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she told you we went to like a couple. We were like looking for the best mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Did it get weird when you had that mediocre mac and cheese at the second place and you just couldn't handle that anymore?
Well, I handled it fine. I can take a bad mac and cheese and make it work, okay? That's not going to ruin my night. But it seemed to really set her off a little bit.
What? What do you mean set her off?
I mean, the second restaurant, look, it wasn't great, macaroni and cheese, if I'm being honest. It wasn't great, but she, all of a sudden, got in a really, weird, dark mood.
Wow. What does that mean?
She got dark?
Yeah. I've never had mac and cheese send me to a deep, dark hole in my mind, but I'm really interested to find out how that happened for her.
Dark place?
Well, it's obviously mac and cheese has never put me in a dark place either, but she starts going off about her roommate, in a real, dark way.
Wait, roommate?
So she had bad food, and then she started confessing to you how much she doesn't like her roommate?
The moment she had the bad mac and cheese, it's she just starts joking about how she wants to kill her roommate.
Whoa! You weren't joking about the dark thing.
Dude!
What?
Look, I don't know if it was the mac and cheese specifically that set her off, but it was at that moment that she starts going off about her roommate.
What was she saying?
Look, I'm sure she was joking, but she said this thing about how she watches CSI and thinks about how she could get away with it.
Oh my God! What?
So she legitimately, not just somebody who's like, I hate my roommate, I wish I could kill them sometimes. Yeah. She was like, I hate my roommate, I've planned out how I could kill them sometime.
Even if it was a joke, it was a level of commitment that terrified me.
And did she go into detail, her murder plot, or was that kind of vague the whole time?
CSI was enough detail for me.
Okay, I would like to interject. I have something to say.
Chris, that's Rebecca. She has been listening on the other line and apparently wants to interject, and I'm not going to stand in her way.
Me neither. Go for it.
You psychos put her on the phone?
Oh my God.
Yes, she's been here the whole time.
Chris, you do not need to be scared of me. There is nothing to be scared of. Hello, Chris?
I'm scared.
What you said was crazy. It was crazy.
Okay, Chris, let me be real right now. I do not like my roommate. She's messy and crazy. And yeah, I've thought about how I would kill her, but I would never do that. I'm just a really passionate, funny person, okay? No, stop. I'm being serious.
Nobody goes into details on how they would kill their roommate.
Detail. Just okay, a lot of people watch CSI and shows like that. So I'm not alone in this. I'm just sometimes I'll be watching the show and she'll do something annoying again, and I'll just go in my mind and think about what I would do, how I would do it, and it makes me feel better, and I would never actually do it. Come on, I love mac and cheese. I'm not a serial killer.
That does not mean anything. I think everybody here, including Chris, has had a lot of bad roommates, and nobody has ever fantasized about chopping them into little pieces.
I'm terrified right now, if anybody wants to know.
Yeah, thank you for piping up. Chris, I was actually wondering about that. Okay, so Rebecca, you don't really want to kill your roommate.
No, of course not.
What do you? But you can understand, like, if you were on a date with a guy and he was talking about how he was going to off his buddy, that would be kind of a red flag.
If he was talking about murdering like his friend in like a funny way, I would laugh.
Funny way.
Are you guys listening to this? She's still talking about it. I just wanted the date to be about mac and cheese, not murder.
Oh my God, you just don't get it. I was just joking, like blowing out steam, like being a fun human being. What's wrong with you?
People don't blow off steam by fantasizing about murder.
I'm sure other people do.
Yeah, and they're in jail.
And you're the weird one. Hey.
How about this, Chris? Would you like to go out on a second date with Rebecca? We will pay for it.
You could not pay me enough.
I mean, if you think of it this way, there's no way she has any outstanding warrants or anything. She wouldn't do a radio thing if that was the case.
I don't want to know anything about her background. I'm terrified I'm going to be tied to a future crime she commits.
You actually, honestly, 100% believe that I am capable of murdering someone? Are you serious? Are you serious? Come on, just be normal. You're so cute.
Just be normal. Just be normal. You're so cute.
Oh my God, that is a plea that so many women have said before.
Chris, will you be normal? You're so cute. Will you go out with her again one more time?
I'm normal, and she's not, and we're not going out again.
All right. Well, thank you for telling us about your date. I think you're safe now.
Oh, he is not safe. I'm going to keep messaging you because you're cute, and if you think I'm crazy, I'll be crazy.
Oh, no.
You haven't seen anything yet. That was just joking.
Rebecca, he doesn't want to go out with you, though. Just, like, cut your losses. You can find somebody else who's cute and normal on your level.
And like mac and cheese, I doubt it. Chris, we're going out next Friday to the third restaurant, okay?
Oh!
Are you guys hearing this?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you have a date. I'm sorry.
I think you should show up.
We'll still pay for it.
We're going to pay for it.
You go there on Friday, okay? And if I don't show up in like an hour, just keep waiting because I'll be there.
You show up eventually.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Look, the girl from today's second date update, obviously a little crazy.
A little?
But that's not who I'm really worried about. I'm worried about all of our listeners texting in at 78592 saying that they want to be her best friend. Somebody just texted in at 78592. All it says is, I like murder.
Seriously, what?
If you don't know what I'm talking about today's second date update. Rebecca wanted to call this dude named Chris. He wasn't calling back after they had a fun-filled night with mac and cheese. Sounds kind of dirtier than it was actually. They ate mac and cheese and stuff. But the reason he wasn't calling back was because while they were hanging out, she made a comment about how she wants to kill her roommate. And it seemed like more than a joke. And then she went on to explain, like, oh, I watch CSI and all those shows, and I know exactly how I'd kill my roommate. And he got the feeling that she wasn't joking, and she actually did want to kill her roommate. So he wasn't calling her back and decided not to go out on another date with her. But she says she doesn't care. She's going to date him anyway. Somebody texted in at 78592 and said, get a restraining order fast.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? She knows what she wants and she's going for it.
No.
Okay?
That's true.
So what if Snapped is her favorite show?
He should have said yes, though, because now he's in trouble. She's probably plotting his murder now.
Dude, she was already doing it as soon as they hung out. That sounds like she plots everybody's murder. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
When you go out on a first date with somebody, you never know if there's somebody else with you on that date.
What?
There could be somebody watching the entire time.
Wait, someone that's not actually on the date with you?
Or they could technically kind of be on the date.
I don't get it.
Now that you're thoroughly confused, let's talk to Taryn, who was on a date that she wasn't really invited to.
What?
Still don't get it.
It'll make sense. Taryn, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Oh my God, Taryn, you just sound like a stalker right now.
Really?
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, that's what all stalkers say.
This might actually be the first time we're doing a second date update like this, Taryn. I'll go ahead and let you tell the story. So what do you want to do today with a second date update?
So I'm a waitress at an Italian restaurant, and I was serving a guy who was on a date with someone else, but throughout the course of it, he is really, really nice. He was very sweet and like cool, calm, collected. And she was like a wannabe Kardashian. She was really rude. She was rude to me. She was snobby to him and everyone else around. And I'm kind of interested in him.
Oh my God.
See? So you kind of were on the date. Like, you never think about that, but your server is actually on your date, too. They're experiencing some things with you.
True.
I just got to kind of experience their whole date. And I saw how everything was happening and just watching it happen between them.
Wait, can you give us some of the highlights of their date before we move on to you getting a date with him?
Honestly, I felt bad for him because he was being very nice to her and he was being very calm with her while she would just go on and on about herself. Anytime I came by or even walked by, she was talking about herself, talking about how amazing she is, talking about the men that she has, like, messaging her and texting her, and
That
it
is
sounded like she's trying to make him jealous. She even at one point said to him, she's like, I almost didn't go out with you. Like, I wasn't sure if you were good enough for me.
Whoa, she actually said that?
She said that?
Come on.
I'm serious.
And
What was his
Yeah,
reaction?
could you see his reaction?
He just kind of chuckled and he was like, oh, he's like, I hope you're having a good time. And she's like, oh, yeah, I totally am. And
Wait, are you sure, though, that he wasn't into it? Because although it's totally baffling to me, too, some guys like that.
I mean, I don't really know, but just reading his body language, you know how like you can see two people together and you're like one person is totally not in this and they want out. That's what I kept getting the vibe of like,
oh my God,
he's trying to be really nice. He's not a bad guy and he doesn't want to just up and leave her, but he was also not into it.
God, this must be one of the best things about being a waitress is being able to eavesdrop on everybody's dates. I mean, and get your own dates off of the whole thing too, but
I mean, it does kind of help. I mean, you get to meet a lot of people that way.
Yeah.
I used to wait tables a lot, and I would love it when like you get a couple who was in an argument. It was so fun to experience the awkwardness of going up to their table. I know they weren't in an argument, but still, she was being pretty crappy to him, it sounds like.
Yeah, she just talked about herself the whole time. She's very, extremely high maintenance and selfish.
Did you have any interaction with him?
I did. She at one point got up to go to the bathroom, so I kind of saw that as my moment to kind of go in and just make sure, you know, I wasn't being creepy of like, hey, how are things going? Like with her, it was, you know, is everything okay? How's dinner? You know, any drinks? And just kind of letting him know that I was, you know, there, supportive, trying to be low key about it.
Okay.
All right. And did he seem interested?
I don't know, you know, I just didn't want to do anything to jeopardize my job.
Of course.
Like tell her off and be like, you get out of here.
You stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He is a sweet man, and you're being an a-hole.
That'd be so amazing.
That would be awesome, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I just told my manager you have to leave. How did you get his phone number?
Well, the restaurant I work in is more of a classier restaurant, so you do need to make reservations. So his number was in the reservations book.
Okay, now wait, I'm going to stop you because now you're the one that's being a little sketchy.
Well, no, I'm not asking him to go out. I just want to know if he's even interested.
Do you think he'll even remember you?
Well, that's where I'm kind of hoping you guys can help me out to see if he does.
Yeah. We'll probably have to jog his memory with the actual date he was on. So other than a wannabe Kardashian, how could I describe her when we call him?
I mean, she's really high maintenance. She had her makeup super, super done. Her hair
Okay,
was...
but he might not think that, you know, because he was on a date with her. So what, like just color hair?
Bio.
Yeah, something real quick so I could be like, hey,
She
you
was a
went on a
real
date
jerk.
with this person. Do you remember?
She was short, for sure.
Okay.
She had long blonde hair, but it wasn't all real. She obviously had extensions. The color didn't match perfectly, but it was blonde.
All right.
She had like a really tight green dress, but it didn't fit the restaurant. It was kind of tacky. It was a little trashy looking.
Okay.
Like,
So I'm going to say, hey, do you remember going out with a chick with really bad extensions and a tacky green dress at an Italian restaurant? He might remember that, actually.
I think it's a better description.
Did he say anything to you when he left? Like, you guys flirt at all?
I'm not really sure. Like, I thanked them. I told them to have a great night, and he was like, thank you. You know, you too. You know, thanks so much. So it was, I mean, he made eye contact with me. Not everyone does that, so.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe he's into you.
I mean, I know that this isn't the traditional way of doing things, but I figure give it a shot. Why not?
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and see if we can get you a date in sort of a second date update.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we'll do it next. We're right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, today's second date update is a little different. Taryn is on the phone, and she wants to call a dude. I don't do we even know his... Hey, Taryn, do we even know his name?
Yeah, it's Steve. It was in the book.
Okay, Steve. So his name's Steve. Taryn was actually the waitress when Steve was on a date with another girl, and Taryn witnessed the other girl being kind of terrible to Steve. So after they left, she actually got his number from the reservation book and wants to call him and ask him out herself. So it's sort of a second date update since she was kind of on their date because she was the waitress, but not really. So this is going to be an interesting phone call for Steve. And do you want us to focus on the girl he was with, or do you want us to just tell him that you waited on him and thought he was cute and want to ask him out?
I kind of want to just ignore that girl and get past her.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Now, what do you want us to say if he's totally creeped out that his waitress stole his number from the reservations book?
I feel like he's cool enough to just like go with it and kind of feel it out and see where it goes.
Yeah, you think that, but you don't know him. Like,
yeah, it's like, where's your manager?
you didn't really have any conversations together.
Well, I guess if it doesn't go well, then I can just lie and say he forgot something at the restaurant or something.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Produce an umbrella out of somewhere.
We'll see if we can figure out a lie for you if it doesn't work. But I'm going to call him right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Steve?
Yes, who's this?
Steve, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from the radio show Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it before?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay. Sweet. You ever listen?
Sometimes.
You ever hear of a second date update before?
Not sure. Why are you calling me?
So we do a segment on our show. It's called the second date update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then they end up not calling you back after, you can email us and we'll get that person on the phone and ask what happened.
Okay. So you're calling about a date that I went on?
Yeah. You went out to an Italian place a little bit ago with a girl in a green dress, blonde girl, short.
Naomi?
I don't know if that's her name. I just was given the description. Is that her name? Naomi? That's who you went out with?
Yeah, that's her name, but I'm confused because we have another date lined up.
Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. Won't make sense to you. But she's not the one who wanted us to call you.
Okay.
Yeah, so why did we bring her up? I mean, this is weird. This is a weird one even for us.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't get what's happening.
So when you went out with that Naomi girl, your server actually noticed you and thought that you were really cute and wanted us to call you.
Okay.
Do you remember her?
Do you remember her? That was a good laugh.
Kind of.
Okay, so you know who we're talking about, the woman who served you that night when you were out on that other date.
Yeah, I remember her.
What'd you think of her?
She was professional. She was nice.
I don't think she was very professional.
I'm not getting
I would argue with that. Did you think she was maybe cute?
I think so. I don't really remember I was on a date, so I wasn't really paying attention to those.
Oh, you're one of those guys who pays attention to your date and isn't
Good
lusting after the
man.
waitress the whole time. Whatever.
Loser.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really get what the point of this is. Why are you asking me all these questions?
Well, I'll just tell you, okay? So Taryn, that's the name of your waitress that night. She thought you were attractive, and she wanted to meet you.
Like outside of the restaurant.
Yeah, like romantically.
Okay.
And she's actually on the phone right now listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
She's on the phone now?
Hey, Steve. It's Taryn. Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
This is weird.
I know it's super weird. I just wanted to get in contact with you. I wanted to reach out, so this is kind of the only way I could think of doing it.
Oh my God, awkward.
Do you remember me for real, or are you just saying that?
No, I remember you.
Okay. I just saw like the whole interaction between you and your date that night, and I just, he just seemed like a really sweet and nice guy, and the way that she was acting just throughout the night seemed like her saying that she wasn't sure if you were good enough for her. I feel like you're way too good for her, and you deserve somebody who isn't completely high maintenance and into themselves 24/7.
Whoa.
Whoa, you were really paying attention, huh?
Well, I mean, yeah, it was, you guys were one of my tables that I was taking care of, but it wasn't hard. I mean, you couldn't really ignore it. She was pretty loud about a lot of the things, especially when, like, her food came out, her pasta came out, and she sent it back twice because the first time it was too salty, and then the second time it wasn't salty enough. It's just, it's like she finds reasons to be difficult.
Maybe she has like a diet thing with the pasta. I mean, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I think she's just particular about certain things like that.
About certain things?
So wait, did you enjoy your date with Naomi, Steve?
Yeah, a lot.
Well, you said you had another date set up, right?
Yeah, we're hanging out next week.
You're going out with her again after that whole debacle?
Debacle? I mean, it was a first date, so I thought it went pretty well. I mean, it's not going to be perfect for a first date.
I mean, okay, like I don't know you or anything, but just from what I saw and what I do know of that time is that you're really nice, and no one should be treated the way that she was treating you through that entire dinner. You deserve way better than that.
Well, thank you, but I think that you were just seeing it in a different way. She's a nice person. She is.
Really?
Yeah, Taryn, I thought you were going to stay away from talking about his date.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I mean, she in the middle of this whole thing yelled out at him, "Aren't you gay?" Like, what? What do you see in this person?
Whoa.
No, I mean, I dress really well. People make that mistake sometimes, so.
So you're
nice, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't offended.
She doesn't sound like she was very nice to you.
She's sassy. She's like a big personality. She's harmless.
She has a big personality. She's super into herself. Doesn't really care about anyone else around her unless they're giving her all of the attention. And I know that I'm maybe stepping over my boundaries here, but I feel like somebody's got to step in and be like, you got to wake up, man. Like, she is not right for you. She is not a good person, and you deserve so much more than that. Like 100% more than that.
Thank you for saying that.
So wait, I'm confused. Does that ring true for you, Steve? Or is Taryn just coming off like she's attacking your date and being kind of crazy?
No, as I said, she has a big personality. I could see why someone would see that, but I'm kind of more of like a easygoing, laid-back kind of guy, so I'm kind of attracted to that in Naomi, I guess. So,
I mean, I can understand on some level of like opposites attract, but you don't need to be completely put down by the other person in order to have that and you be really nice. I really think that you're a nice, sweet guy. You're really attractive. I just don't understand what you see in someone like her who is completely selfish and into themselves only. And I wanted to do this super weird thing. I know it's like completely different, but I just wanted to give it a shot and see if you wanted to go out with me.
Yeah, Steve, would you like to go out with Taryn on a first date? It's kind of a second date because you didn't even know you were being watched while you were on your date. But would you like to go out with Taryn on a date? We'll pay for it.
I mean, I will say, if you're into big personalities, Taryn's obviously one too, because she called the radio station, stole your number, and here we are.
Hey, don't compare me to the other girl. We are nothing alike.
I'm just trying to help you. He likes the other girl, even though you don't, Taryn.
well, I mean, we've only gone on one date. We're not exclusive or anything, so
yeah.
I would be open to a first date.
Hey.
So yes,
okay.
Is that a yes?
I mean, as long as it's okay with her that I'm still going to be seeing Naomi, then I'm down.
Okay. Well, Taryn, now you have a battle on your hands. So you want to see if you can win Steve's heart from Naomi.
How about we leave it at you go out on your date with her, and if you do so happen to change your mind, I'll leave my phone number with the station here, and you can call them and get my number.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So, Steve, if you go out with, the girl you were originally on a date with, Naomi, if you go out with her and she's a which is what Taryn says, then you can call us and we'll give you Taryn's number and you can go out with Taryn.
Okay.
Steve, you know what? Go out with her one more time because I think that's all it's going to take for you to open your eyes and realize that she is not right for you.
Oh, okay. Confident.
All right.
Wow. All right. You are fiery, aren't you?
Yeah. Now all of a sudden you're interested, Steve.
Hello,
Well,
Taryn.
we'll have Taryn's number here if you want to call us, all right?
Okay, I'll see how this goes, I guess.
Okay, I'll be waiting for that phone call of you telling me, I told you so.
A really good way to ensure that you're probably not going to get a second date is if you're a dude and you're out with the girl that you're taking out on a first date and she says, hey, I don't really want to go anywhere else. Can we just sort of stay here? And then you go, no, you're coming with me somewhere else whether you like it or not.
Good.
They love that.
Uh-huh.
That's apparently what happened with Justin, who is on the phone with us right now. He wants to call a girl named Carla. In his email, he said that he planned a fun little date where they were going to go like bar hopping to a bunch of bars.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time they got to their third one, she wanted to leave it. He was like, no, we have to go to the fourth bar. I planned 4 bars. And so that's why he thinks he's not getting a call back. Justin, did you do it like that, or were you not as aggressive as I picture it?
I don't think I was quite as aggressive as that.
Okay. So why don't you tell us how it happened?
So we're at the third bar, and we're having a great time, but she starts to complain that her feet are starting to hurt. And I didn't think too much of it. You know, like, girls complain about that all the time.
Is she was she wearing heels to this bar hopping date?
Yeah, well, they were kind of like, not like high heels.
Did you tell her prior to the date that this was what you guys were going to be doing, walking a lot?
Well, no, because I wanted to surprise her, because I thought that would be more fun and kind of like an adventure, you know?
If I was wearing date night heels and I had to walk to 3 different bars, it makes you feel like you want to cut your feet off. Really, sometimes it hurts that bad.
Well, I didn't think it was that. They looked pretty comfortable for high heels.
Do you know how many high heels have you worn, Justin?
A couple, but that's another story.
All right. So she was complaining about her feet hurting, but you still made her go to another bar?
Yeah, because the next one I knew was going to be awesome, and it's like one of my favorite places, and I knew she would really like it. And so I'm like, come on, let's go. And she's like, oh, but my feet. I'm like, no, come on, we'll go to the other bar. It'll be awesome. She's like, I really don't want to go because my feet are killing me. Why don't you get it? And I'm like, all right, come on, so take your shoes off and let's go.
Oh, the good old Vegas
So just
trick.
pressuring her into going to the next bar.
Yeah, I offered to even carry her shoes.
Okay, but if she says
I like that.
But if she says she wants to stay, why not just go, okay, maybe we can go to the fourth bar a different time?
I don't know. I was just excited. I was excited. I was in the moment. I wanted to show her around. I guess I probably should have thought about that because she seemed pretty upset. She was kind of pissed off.
So when you got to the fourth bar, was she just like done talking to you at that point? How'd you know she was upset?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I went and I got the drinks, and she's, like, sitting there with her arms crossed, and she's kicked off her shoes, and she's, like, looking around. I'm like, hey, isn't this place great? And she's like, yeah, whatever. And
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, no.
it was, she was, like, totally giving me the cold shoulder, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this didn't go as well as I had hoped.
So how did everything end then after that?
I got her a cab, and I, like, went in to give her a hug, and then, like, a kiss goodnight, and she was just like, bye, and she got in the cab and closed the door.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. No kiss. Not even like, she didn't give me a hug. Not even a handshake.
Oh,
like
Not
nothing.
even a handshake.
So she was definitely upset that you drug her to that other bar.
Yeah, she like grabbed her shoes out of my hands because I was carrying them. Like, I get that she was upset. You know, her feet were sore and stuff like that. But that bar was awesome. It's like the best bar. I don't know how she was not having a good time.
How did that bar not win her over? Gosh.
Seriously, it's like so good. It's like there's so much going on. It's like just a party. And I'm like, look around. Forget about your feet. Look around.
Look around you.
Take this bar in. Enjoy it for what it is.
So you definitely screwed up by doing that.
Okay, I know it sounds like bad, but like before that last bar, though, we were having like such a good time. We were laughing. She was like poking fun at me and laughing. I was poking fun at her and laughing. She even like, she looked at my shirt and she's like, that's a terrible color on you.
And you liked that?
Well, yeah, she's like, I love someone who's honest. Because, like, you know, most first dates, it's like, you don't know what to say. It's, like, really superficial. You're talking about, you know, your job or the weather or something. Mm-hmm. But she, like, came right out and told me my shirt looked horrible. And I thought, that's refreshing.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess you're right.
It was just like such a good time.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
Like 6 or 7 times. Like, I texted a lot, and I called her a couple of times, but mostly just texting.
It's like you're forcing this and the last bar all together.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why she wouldn't want to get back to me. Like, we had such a good time, and that bar was awesome. I couldn't even tell you.
I will say, by the fourth bar, if your feet hurt, sometimes that's all you can think about. So maybe it really wasn't you. Maybe she was just legitimately in pain.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, man, hang on. You know, most people, if they were out on a first date with someone and that person insulted them in the first 15 minutes, they'd be like, all right, I probably don't want to see them again. Yeah. Not Justin, though. The guy who's on the phone to do a second date update today, he went out with a girl named Carla. Shortly into their date, she said, I hate your shirt. It looks terrible on you. And instead of going like, wow, that was rude, maybe I don't want to see this girl again, he was like, oh, I love you so much.
I feel like it's going to be the first time we do a second date update where I'm truly not worried about this guy's feelings. Like, we could call her, she could say something really mean, and he's going to be like, awesome.
Yeah. Yep. I know.
She wasn't mean. I don't think she wasn't mean. I mean, there's a difference between mean and honesty.
Okay.
It's sort of like if someone's like, I'm punching you, but I still love you.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like that. It's like...
it's like that.
The big difference is that she is honest, and that is like so rare to come by, and especially like so immediately in a date. Like the world needs more people like that.
To a point, Justin. I feel like she's one of those people that's like, I just have no filter. Yeah. And those people say that because they're using that as an excuse to just not say, I'm just kind of an a-hole. Yeah.
No, I think she's saying it because she cares. That's what I think.
Okay.
All right.
Cares so much she didn't call you back.
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and see exactly why she's not getting back to you, okay?
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Carla, please?
This is she.
Hey, Carla, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. Do you have the wrong number?
I'm pretty sure I don't have the wrong number. Did you recently go out on a date with a guy named Justin?
Yeah, why do you know that?
Because Justin listens to our show and asked me to call you.
What? Why?
Because he told us about your date, said that he really enjoyed going out with you, but you won't return any of his phone calls or
God.
or text messages, and he wanted to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why.
So I don't answer his text, and then he calls a radio show to get a hold of. Oh my God.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Any interest in telling us why you won't call Justin back?
I can't believe that he wants me to call him back. Why is he so interested in me?
He said he really enjoyed your date and wants a chance to go out with you again.
Oh my God, what is wrong with this guy?
What's wrong with this guy? Is it hard to believe that somebody would want to go out with you again, Carla?
I mean, I don't think that it was that great of a date.
And why is that?
It was long and painful, and I think I was getting kind of cranky at the end of it, and then it was a very abrupt goodbye when I left, and then and then I haven't responded to any of his texts or calls.
By long and painful, let me ask you this. He told us about your date. He said that he drugged you to a bunch of bars, and by the third one, you said your feet were hurting and you didn't want to go to the fourth bar, but he made you go to that one. Did that piss you off?
Yep.
Okay.
What? Why wouldn't you just leave at that point, though? Like, call a cab on your own, get an Uber.
I know. I was going to leave after the third one, but he really wanted to go to this fourth one, and he was like this sad little kid that really wanted to go to this fourth bar. And kept saying how great it was, and I was like, well, what's great about it? He goes, oh, see, you guys see, it's just so awesome. And I felt bad for him. He had this whole plan. I felt like I let him finish this master date plan that he had. So
Okay, that was nice.
It sounds like you absolutely hated being out with this dude.
I mean, it was like fun. He bought me a bunch of drinks, so that was nice. That was fine.
How was the final bar? Was it as great as he had promised?
It was a normal bar, and we go to the back, and he wanted to show me this old jukebox that they had. He acted like it was the only bar that had a jukebox in it. Didn't have the heart to tell him that most bars have that.
Most bars.
There's a lot of bars with jukeboxes. You know, Carla, I feel like you and I could be friends. We both seem to have the same zest for life. Like that's a stupid jukebox.
I just wasn't into it. Wasn't having a great time at the end. But he just, like, he wouldn't get the hint. I think I even told him his shirt looked terrible. And he goes, oh, you're so honest. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he told us all about that. He was like, I love her honesty, man. She ripped on my clothing.
Yes, it was like, is this a joke? And then to be texting and calling me, I like dropped the phone the first time I saw him calling. I was like, what is he thinking?
Why didn't you just send him a text? I mean, because obviously he wasn't getting the point.
If you would have texted him back and said, no, I don't ever want to see you again, you would have been like, oh man, there she is being honest again. I love it.
I know. Like, who knows how he could have read that, and then he would have, yeah.
Carla, thank you very much for telling us a little bit about your date with Justin. I appreciate it.
Talking about the date was ended up being more fun than the actual date.
Oh, sad.
Well, since you were honest with us, I feel like I should be honest with you and let you know that Justin is actually on the phone listening to this conversation.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Why?
Because we think it's funny.
That's true.
Is he for real on there? No, he's not.
I don't understand. We so clicked. I know you're the last part wasn't so great, but the first part was really great. And I took your advice to heart. I got all these new shirts and everything.
No, I just don't think that we did click though.
No, but you totally got me, and that's what I was like. You were so authentic, you were so honest, and I was just like, that's amazing. That's the kind of person I want to date. That's the kind of person I want to be around.
That's very flattering, but I just unfortunately do not feel the same way.
And that jukebox is like an authentic, from 1963. It plays old 45s. I mean, you can't find that anywhere anymore. And it's functioning, and it's amazing. It's got
it's just not a match. I'm sorry. I made fun of your shirt. I feel like I just looked bored the whole time. I was texting with friends while you were talking. What were you not getting that I wasn't interested? You had to force me to go to the fourth bar. I was ready to go home.
Carla, I feel like you didn't even give him a chance from the beginning. It sounds like he walked into the bar and you were already done with him.
No, it started off fine. The first bar, we had a couple drinks, and it was kind of small talk. And then we got to the second bar, and that's when boredom set in, and I was just bored, but I felt bad, and I felt like I had to do, the whole bar crawl for him.
I don't know. I guess I just read this wrong. I thought we were a great match. I thought we had a really good chemistry, and I don't know. I'm shocked.
Yep, you're right, Justin. We are a perfect match.
Really?
No. Justin, I'm being sarcastic again. Come on. You got to follow along with the conversation.
Hey, at this point, I think it's a great time to ask Carla if she would like to go on a second date with Justin. Carla, I will pay for a second date. Would you like to go out with Justin again?
No.
Am I not picking up on the sarcasm now?
Yeah, you're not getting you.
I thought you were being sarcastic at first. Thank you very much, but no.
Oh, man.
Justin, sorry, man.
Well, I guess thanks for trying. I guess I have to get better at, following sarcasm.
No, you don't, dude. No, you don't. You don't have to get better at picking up sarcasm at all.
Thanks, man.
No, I was being sarcastic. Jesus.
I'm not getting it. Okay?
Clearly.
I don't get it.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today met the girl that he wants to call at every horny bachelor's favorite hunting ground, a wedding. That's right.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Me neither.
Where they love to go troll for ladies. His name is Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, you horny bachelor?
Guilty as charged.
Oh my God. I love how all your dudes are on the same page on this one, and I'm just learning this.
Yeah, everybody knows that the best place to meet a girl is definitely at a wedding.
Yeah. So tell us about the girl that you want to call today, and when did you pounce during the wedding?
Well, her name is Rose. We were both in the party, so she was one of the bridesmaids. I was a groomsman. she caught my eye. So, we walked down the aisle together. So we had a lot of time to chit chat.
Oh, was she actually the person that you were paired up with?
It was, yeah. So we were arm in arm. We
man.
had to stand there waiting and all that.
That's
Good
like
for you.
destiny.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the reason why is because we were the only two single people, so they put us together.
Oh. So
That
it
makes
was,
sense.
it was less fate and them being like, well, you two losers don't have anybody. You can walk down the aisle together.
Yeah, so we had a few drinks at the reception. Everybody was getting loose. Everybody was dancing. I was joking around, and, I thought she was cute. I was going to ask her out, so it was a wedding. I decided to get down on one knee. And,
Nice.
No, you didn't. In the middle of the reception?
yeah, I mean, it was a good time. Everybody was joking around, so I got down on one knee, and I proposed a date to her. And
did she cry?
She didn't cry. I could tell she was a little embarrassed by it, and she's like, "Get up, you idiot!" Like, she's got a really cool, dry sense of humor, really sarcastic, which I find that attractive.
And I'm assuming she said yes since you're doing a second date update now.
Yeah, she said yes, so I was stoked about it. It seemed like a good match.
Awesome. What'd you guys do on your date?
We went out to a sushi spot that I really like, and it was great. I guess the only one thing that I'm going back and I'm thinking, like, what did I do? Did I say something stupid? And there was a part where I don't know how we landed on this topic of conversation, but we started talking about underwear, and I basically just told her, I was like, I personally don't believe in underwear. I just...
Whoa!
You don't believe in it, like you don't think that it's an actual thing? Because I can tell you it exists.
No, I know it's an actual thing. I got that, but I just think it's unnecessary. I think it's the most uncomfortable thing that man has invented.
Okay.
It's just no need. Why do you have to wear underwear?
So
Who knew that underwear was a belief system? I didn't know that until now. Yeah.
You're pretty passionate about going commando, it sounds like.
I just don't feel the need to wear underwear. Why am I going to restrict myself? It's not like I'm wearing see-through pants or something. Like, what's the big deal?
Okay.
So did she take that as like you trying to imply like, hey, lady, take your panties off?
That's what I'm sort of wondering and I'm worried about, which is not at all what I was saying. I wasn't trying to be creepy, but now looking back on it, I'm like, I don't know if you thought I was like making a comment on my manhood or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see how that could look like you're whispering across the table, like, I'm not wearing any. Just giving her a tip on what's going on.
Give her a wink.
Yeah. I could see how that could be a little weird. Did she act strange after that?
There was like probably a couple minutes of just sort of awkward, like, okay, now I got to get the conversation back on track. But after that, everything seemed to be cool. That was like 3/4 of the way through the date. So I would say the last quarter was like smooth sailing.
Okay. How did it all end?
Well, I walked her out to her car. Again, I wanted to be a gentleman, and I felt like the vibe was go in for a kiss, and I did, and she sort of backed away. And then she apologized. She said, "I'm so sorry. I feel like my breath smells," because we were eating fish. So she obviously sushi. So she was like, "I feel like my breath smells like fish, and I don't feel comfortable kissing you with my breath smelling like this." I said, "Oh, I don't mind," because obviously I had sushi too. And she was like, "No, I'm not into that. I'm sorry."
Do you feel like
I think
she
it's an
legit
excuse.
thought her breath smelled like fish, or you feel like it was an excuse?
I'd like to think that it was legit, but now without hearing from her, I'm like, maybe that was an excuse.
Yeah, because if you're both eating the same thing, it doesn't matter.
That's what I think. Like, I've had onions before, and I've been out on dates with girls who've had onions or garlic or whatever. Like, it's always that sort of thing. It's like, it doesn't really matter,
So have you tried to get a hold of her?
Yeah, I dropped her a text later that night, and I said it was really great hanging out with you. Let's do it again. And I didn't hear from her that night. Like, the next day, the middle of the afternoon, she was like, "Yeah, that was a lot of fun." But then, like, I sent her another text trying to set something up, and I got sort of like a non-committal response, like, "Yeah, maybe so. Hit me up later in the week."
And did you hit her up after that?
I did, and then I didn't hear anything. So,
And you sound like such a lovely date from your description.
Well, except for the underwear thing. Sounds like a good date.
See, I don't know. I don't think that's too bad of a, like, that's not a put off to me. That's a little But I dated a guy who went commando all the time, and I kind of, like, had a thing for it. I don't know.
I mean, maybe you and I should go out, Brooke. Maybe that's
No, that's not what I'm saying.
All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and I'm going to support you on this one 100%. During the song, I'm going to go take my underwear off and do this commando with you. All right? We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, I appreciate that.
All right, man, hang on. If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Ryan is on the phone with us. And Ryan, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's that?
And hopefully this isn't going to come off as creepy as it did on your date, but are you wearing underwear?
Oh.
He finally got uncomfortable.
Waiting
about
for
it.
the answer,
Yeah.
Ryan.
I mean, I told you who I am. You know who I am.
You know the answer.
I think the answer is no. Like I said, if you're just joining us, Ryan told us about his first date with a girl named Rose. He said the only thing that went weird was somehow they got on the subject of underwear. And Ryan says that he doesn't believe in underwear and shared that with her on a first date. He thinks that might have come off a little creepy to be focusing on his hatred for underwear during the date. But other than that, he says everything seemed fine. She's not calling him back, though, and it's been a little while. So we're about to get her on the phone and see what went wrong.
And you guys met, you were in a wedding party for mutual friends. Did you find out from the newlyweds if, she had said anything to them about how your guys' date went?
I mean, I asked, but they said no, she hasn't mentioned anything. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. It's just confusing because she seemed to have a good time. I had a good time. So
All right, I'm going to call her right now, okay?
Cool.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Rose there?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Rose, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, okay.
What's going on?
Is there a reason why you're calling me?
There is. We actually got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Okay, an email about me?
Mm-hmm. It's a guy you went out on a date with.
Really?
Yeah. His name is Ryan, and I'm sure you remember Ryan. He says you guys met at a friend's wedding.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he emailed us and told us a little bit about your date, but he also told us that you're not calling him back. So he asked if we could find out why you don't want to see him.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
He sounded really excited about you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Did you not like going out with him?
I mean, I don't know if this is going to go anywhere.
And why is that? Can you tell us?
Oh my God, this is kind of awkward.
I can tell you what he told us.
Okay.
So he said that you guys met at the wedding and had fun and then went to go get sushi.
Yeah.
He said there was one awkward moment during your date, and he thinks that might be the reason you're not calling him back.
Did he tell you what that was?
Yeah. He said that he went into a little thing about how he doesn't believe in underwear and how he doesn't like underwear and it's constricting and all that. And he says he thought that might have weirded you out.
Yep. Yeah, that happened. I mean, that was a lot of information on a first date.
Was that the pivot point that turned you off from him?
Well, he didn't even really need to tell me that part.
What?
About the underwear?
Yeah. He was wearing shorts. And I noticed at one point when I got up to go to the bathroom that he may have been revealing a little too much in the shorts.
Wait, what do you mean? Be specific. I need specific.
I think I know.
Yeah, I think I do.
I think you guys know.
Like, he was kind of hanging out for the world to see?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure, but then he starts talking about how he doesn't believe in underwear, and I thought, no, I was 100% right, I guess.
I can tell.
Yeah. All right, so maybe he should have been wearing underwear.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So wait, do you think it was an accident, or was he putting it on display for you?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I hope it was an accident too. It was just a lot of information at once. So.
A lot of information. You should have reached across the table and tucked it back in for him.
Oh God.
Is that if you guys were wearing shorts, would that be an easy mistake to make?
If you sit down, you never know. I mean, yeah, I feel like the shorts must have been pretty small.
You must have not adjusted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to hear this.
Do you think it was an accident?
I don't know, but to be honest, I don't really care. I don't know if I want to know.
I don't feel like that's fair. I mean, if you had a nip slip and nobody told you about it, like, it's not something that you should get blamed for.
But it's different. I mean, what if I was doing it on purpose and I didn't care and it was just out there?
So, I know how we can find out if he knew that he was sort of dangling about.
You know, like I said before, I really don't care at this point.
Well, I think Ryan cares, and he's actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about?
I mean that Ryan's been listening to this conversation, and he wants to talk to you.
What?
All right, in my defense, I had absolutely no idea that I was exposing myself to you.
You flasher, you.
Honestly, I'm being absolutely sincere here. Like, I apologize. That is not at all. I wasn't trying to do like a 1-2 punch of, hey, maybe look at this, and oh, I don't like underwear. Like, I swear to you, I had no idea that I was hanging out.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
I'm being serious. It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm absolutely dead serious. I did not know that it was happening, nor would I have, done anything like that. So if I made you feel uncomfortable, I sincerely apologize.
I'm just wondering, why you brought it up at that point then. It's a strange thing to bring up on a first date.
It is, but the conversation sort of went there, and I wasn't trying to necessarily steer it there. And then it was like, we sort of landed on that topic. And the fact that you saw that right beforehand is absolutely a coincidence. It's an unfortunate coincidence.
An unfortunate coincidence.
Did you not feel a breeze or anything?
It's not like I was engineering the date to be all about my junk. You seeing it, me talking about it, like, sincerely.
But you feel like if you're a guy who goes commando, you think you'd be super careful in shorts if that's a likelihood of happening.
Exactly.
I'm usually careful, but maybe I had a napkin in my lap, so maybe I thought, like, if anything was popping out, like, I don't know, like, that's never told me about this before. So if I have been exposing myself inadvertently, I feel terrible about that.
Yeah. Now you have something to be aware of.
I mean, if I've gone home for the holidays or something, I'm sitting here, like, with my junk hanging out, I didn't know it, so...
Well, now you know. Oh, no. So, yeah.
I mean, look, again, I cannot apologize profusely enough. I mean, I had a great time with you, and I hope that, I mean, you seem to have you do have a really great sense of humor. I hope maybe you can just sort of understand that this was absolutely inadvertent and not in any way some sort of pervy, sleazy thing that I was trying to pull on you. So I would love to take you out again, and I will promise to wear underwear on our next date.
That was so hard for him, Rose.
Rose.
You know what he's doing for you right now?
Would you like to go out with Ryan on a second date? We will pay for it, and we'll pay for his underwear, too, if you give him one more shot.
At this point, I mean, it's a very heartfelt message, but I'm skeptical. I don't know.
Come on, Rose. You guys were in the same wedding for two of your best friends. Like, do you think that your friend's going to be marrying some sleazeball who would have a friend who would expose himself? Like, there's got to be some trust circle there, right?
Well,
yeah, I have references. If you need references, I have references.
That's a good point. I don't know. It's just, is underwear never an option, or it's a lot?
I will say this. If I'm wearing shorts, it's something that in the future I will definitely take into consideration and wear, I just need to suck it up and put on some boxer briefs or something.
Dude, you get arrested.
Just be uncomfortable for a little while. It's just a couple hours,
Before you get arrested.
Terribly uncomfortable to me, but yeah, I mean, I would do that.
Rose, what do you think? One more shot?
Come on.
One day.
If underwear is provided, I will go on a second date with you.
Hey, there you go. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you. I mean, Rose, that's awesome. And I think I have a pair of underwear somewhere around my house that I can scrounge up.
All right, well.
I mean, and I promise you, like, if I do not have them, I will buy them. I'll buy a 3-pack. So, I mean, there we go.
If you don't have a pair, we can send you a pair of mine. We can share.
Oh, lovely.
Okay?
Thank you.
One of the things that I always find interesting when doing these second date updates and reading the emails that we get in is why people liked somebody. And Tim is on the phone today to do a second date update. He went out with a girl named Nicole, and he described in his email the reason that he likes her. He said he met her on Tinder, and she was, quote, pretty, but she had silly photos. So he liked her. And
I
then
get that.
he listed the photos. He said, one photo, she was riding a mechanical bull with a cowboy boot over her head.
That's pretty silly.
And in another photo, she was wearing a squirrel costume climbing a tree.
I want to hang out with her too.
She sounds like a fun time. Tim, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, guys?
Good. So tell us about the wacky Nicole.
She was cool. I mean, like, the best part about that squirrel photo is that you could tell, like, she hired a photographer. Like, it was, like, a pretty serious day.
Okay. So she did glamour shots in her squirrel photo.
I was just like, okay, like, she's pretty, but she's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And obviously you guys went out, you hit her up.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we, like, matched up, and we figured we'd hit the town, and she was just like, you know, take me where you like to go. Like, what, like, she wanted to get a feeling for, like, what I like to do. So I really like Chinese food. It's kind of like my thing, and I got my spot that I go to. Like, it's pretty authentic, so we rolled down there and ordered appetizers, and, like, you know, we're hitting it off. But then the appetizers come, and it's, like, one of those authentic places, so they had the chopsticks in front of us, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And she kind of, like, looks at everything and kind of freezes. And she looks at me like, she goes, I've never used chopsticks before.
Whoa!
But that's,
Ever?
Like, ever.
Really?
Wow.
I know people who have never used chopsticks before.
Really? That is so weird to me.
The thing is, it was fine, you know? Like, I was like, okay, like, I'll get you a fork. Don't worry about it. Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, I'm going to try and use these. Which was cute. And, like, I got to, like, show her, you know, and, like, teach her, and that was kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go behind her and put your arms around her. Sort of like you're a pervy tennis coach giving a tennis lesson, but with chopsticks.
I wasn't that forward, but it was kind of close.
Good. I'm glad you stayed in your seat for the lesson.
But the thing is that, like, I got to give her credit. Like, she was, like, really trying, but, like, she had this, like, dumpling, and she just couldn't get it on the chopstick.
Do you think that she was embarrassed?
I think so, but I got to give her credit. She was not giving it up. You know?
Okay.
It got to a point where she was just like, I think she kind of had enough of it. And I was like, you know what? We'll just bail, and we'll just go to the movie. Like, it's no big deal. Like, I wasn't super hungry anyways. Like, it's cool.
So you actually didn't eat your meal because she couldn't use chopsticks?
Oh, yeah. I just kind of, like, brought it up. I was like, hey, like, we can just go. And then she just, like, lit up like a Christmas tree. And was just like, yeah, let's go.
Thank you, God.
Okay. I mean, she sounded cool up until that point. That sounds kind of extreme to me. Like, you bail on a whole dinner because you refuse to just ask for a fork?
No, I mean, like, you didn't see what happened there. I mean, it was kind of the next logical leap.
Was to just get out of there.
It's a war zone, man.
All right. And so you said you went to the movies after?
Oh, yeah. And once we got in the car and, like, we were out of the restaurant, like, she kind of started, like, loosen back up again, and we were just, like, you know, going back and forth and laughing. Like, I think she had kind of gotten the whole incident out of her system a little bit right when we got to the movie theater.
Okay.
Right.
I was worried something like that would, like, actually ruin the momentum of your date, but it doesn't sound like it.
No, I was even kind of proud of myself because I was like, cool, we pulled out of a tailspin. Like,
So you straighten the airplane back out, and you're flying full speed ahead. How did the rest of the date go at the movies?
Well, we got in the movie theater, got the tickets, no big deal. And then I really had to go to the bathroom. And I was like, hey, like, I planned the date. It's on me. So I hand her $20, get whatever snacks you want. Like, here's the cash, and I'll be back.
Yeah.
So we get to the seats, and she's, like, really quiet.
Whoa.
And I started thinking, I was like, you know what, like, I don't know how much, like, you know, popcorn and sodas are. I don't know if they've raised the prices on those or anything, and maybe the $20 wasn't enough.
Oh, yeah, maybe she had to use her own money, because I think that is about $2,000 for all that.
But then I was like, hey, like, you know, if that wasn't enough money, like, I can give you more money. And she was like, no, it's fine. But then, like, didn't say anything after that. And I was like, okay.
I mean, that's the only thing you could think of that she'd be upset about is that you shorted her a couple bucks?
I mean, maybe she was still upset about, like, the Chinese food thing from earlier, but, like, I thought we'd moved past that, but I was just like, honestly, that was the only thing I could think of in the moment. So the movie started, and we didn't talk for a couple hours, but it was very clear there was a tension there, and then the movie's over, and she was like, you know what, I'm just going to catch an Uber home, and that was kind of the end of it.
Wow. So she didn't even let you drive her home?
No, like we had an awkward hug there for a minute, but I mean, past that, I mean, she was just kind of out of there.
I wonder what could have gone wrong.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. Like, it turned on a dime, but I don't know if it was my fault or what.
Well, and if she was already starting to stew about something before a movie started, that's probably all she thought about for the next 3 hours, and you did nothing because you're not talking to make her be
Yeah.
like, oh, actually, I can still like him.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's why I emailed you guys, because somebody's got to figure this out, because it's been driving me crazy.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. All right?
Cool.
All right, man. Hang on. Right in the middle of a second date update. And if you're just joining us, Tim is on the phone. Today, he wants to call a girl named Nicole. They met off of Tinder, had kind of an awkward moment when they went out for Chinese food and she didn't know how to use chopsticks, but they got over that and made it to the movies. And then at a certain point, he says her mood changed and she became quiet and then sort of ended things after the movie. And after thinking about it, Tim, I think I know what went wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I think I figured it out. This has happened to me a lot. I've been burned by this so many times.
Really?
I bet that after the movie started, she realized you took her to a PG-13 movie.
What?
And maybe her parents don't let her see that yet. I'm not.
No,
Look, I tend to date girls that are younger than I am. This has burned me so many times. They're like, I'm only allowed to see PG, and this is PG-13.
You are sick.
Do you think maybe that did it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's older than 13, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't check ID on my dates or anything.
All right. I just want to be sure because I know it's happened to me in the past, man. It's always an awkward thing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tim can't figure out why she's not wanting to go out with him again. So we're about to call her and find out why.
And if she was honestly upset that you gave her a 20 and she needed more money for the food at the concession stand, do you really want to talk to her again? Because that seems so petty.
I mean, no. I mean, if she's going to get upset about that little money, then I don't think it's going to work out. But I mean, I don't think that's it. But I couldn't think of anything else in the moment, you know?
Plus, she probably gets an allowance anyway.
You are so wrong,
Again,
Jay.
she's not even thinking about that. All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, okay?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Nicole.
This is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole, how are you? My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. What is that?
It's a radio show.
Are you selling something?
No, I'm not. Well,
awesome.
I am, but we can talk about that later. I'm calling you for something else.
Okay. Is this a joke?
No, it's not a joke.
Sorry.
Well, I hear people laughing.
Yeah, that would be Jose.
I tend to do that.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Okay. This seems like a prank or something.
It's not a prank, I promise you. Actually, the guy who emailed us speaks very highly of you. His name is Tim.
Tim who?
Tim, he's a guy that you met off of Tinder and you went on a dinner and a movie date.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Why did he email you about me?
Because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. So Tim is wondering why you're kind of giving him the cold shoulder.
This is a weird thing. I mean, he called you. Why wouldn't he just call me?
I guess he's been trying to call you, but every single time he texts you or tries to get a hold of you, you just tell him that you're busy.
But why call a radio station?
Because hopefully we can be a little more persuasive and find out the answer since you won't really talk to him.
He's totally in the dark on this one. He has no idea what went so wrong.
Well, he wouldn't know. Nothing he did. It's not his fault.
Okay. If it's not his fault, then can you tell us what went wrong? Why don't I just tell you what he told us about the date? He said that you guys went out for Chinese food, and there was sort of an awkward moment because you don't know how to use chopsticks.
Yeah, that happens.
All right. Did that bother you a lot? It sounded like it might have been kind of embarrassing.
It was totally embarrassing, and I felt so stupid. But he was actually really cool about it. I'm sure that if I'd been a few other guys, if I had gone out and been in that situation, they would have made me feel really stupid.
Okay.
And he was actually really nice about it.
All right.
I can't believe you guys left the restaurant because you couldn't use chopsticks. So
I know. Well, I was embarrassed. I just felt like I couldn't get it, and I was starving.
All right, so it wasn't the chopstick thing.
No, not at all.
All right. Well, he also told us that when you guys went to the movies, like right before the movie, you got very quiet and then didn't really say much the rest of the date. And then after the movie, you just took an Uber home and didn't even give him the opportunity to drive you home?
Yeah, I wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You did a good job of
What
accomplishing
happened?
that.
If you say it's not his fault, I mean, that sounds like a pretty rash decision.
Oh, God. All right, so we're in line to get our food at the concession stand.
Okay.
And he gave me money before he took off to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And we were, like, next in line. So the cashier kept looking at us. I know he saw me with him, but by the time I got to the front, I was by myself.
Okay.
Okay? So he says, are you ready? He says, oh, that's so sweet that you're taking your son out. I wish my mom would take me to the movies.
Shut up! Shut up! The concession worker thought that your date was your kid?
Yes.
No
way! Wow.
Wait, are you like way older than him?
No, it's like 5 years.
Did you want to slap that dude?
Oh my God! I wanted to slink away. I felt like throwing up. I was so embarrassed. I just felt horrible. Like, who does that to somebody?
What did you say back to the concession worker?
I didn't say anything. He just kept going on about how he wants to spend more time with his mom, and he misses her, and he was loud. I was so embarrassed.
Okay, but I mean, but the thing is, concession stand workers at movie theaters are usually like 15 years old or 16 or something. I mean, maybe he just didn't have a good grasp on age.
It didn't matter. I mean, he said it, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind.
Oh, man.
Very nice way to start a romantic evening.
Yes.
Like, and I'm thinking, do other people think that? I mean, do I really look that much older?
Full theater.
I mean, it's just, I felt stupid. Like, I don't want to be a cougar. That's gross.
You're not a cougar. It's only 5 years. If I were you, I would have grabbed my son and made out with him in front of that concession stand worker. You show him who's boss.
I guess I should have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really fair. Like, you blamed it on your date. You ended up not calling him back, and this guy really liked you.
I know, but it just kind of dampened the whole evening. I felt stupid. First the chopsticks, and now I'm his mom.
You're the old lady who doesn't know how to use chopsticks.
Right?
So that's why you don't want to go out with him again, because you're afraid that people will think he's your son.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Nicole, nothing brings me more pleasure than to reacquaint you with your son, Tim, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Tim.
Oh, my God.
Nicole, I can't believe that happened.
This is so bad.
That's the worst. Like, I think Brooke is right, though. I mean, like, those guys, all those kids there, they're like 16 years old behind the counter right there. They can barely scoop that popcorn. Like, they don't know.
I mean, that's nice of you to say. But, I mean, P.E., obviously someone thought that I was old enough to be your mother.
Yeah, but they don't know anything. Like, they don't know the truth. I mean, like, honestly, we had a great time. We really hit it off. Like, I understand that upset you, but, like, if you just told me that, I would have just been like, psh, like, don't even worry about it.
Oh, see how sweet he is?
See, now you sound like you're his mom.
You
when you say that to him, you know what I mean?
I'm not trying to be his mom. I just said he was sweet.
Yeah, but now you can't say anything like that, because the only visual I get is a mom talking to her son.
That's awful. Everybody's going to start thinking it.
Yeah, but maybe you're placing the wrong blame. Maybe it's not because you look old. Maybe it's because, Tim, do you look super young?
I mean, yeah, I got that baby face going on, you know, when I shave. So, I mean, I think it's totally on me, personally.
See?
I mean, everyone's being so nice about it. But, I mean, Tim, don't you think it would be weird to go out? I mean, people are going to think I'm your mom?
Here's the thing, Nicole. Like, whenever you're seeing anybody, like, there are going to be people who have a lot of things to say about a couple. But, like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I liked about your Tinder profile in the beginning. But that seems like you didn't really care what people think. And I mean, honestly, I think you're great. I think we had a good connection, so I think it could work.
Aw.
It's pretty cute.
It was really cute.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he deserves a spanking. He's been bad.
God.
Maybe, Nicole. You don't know that. Hey, Nicole, would you like to go out with Tim for a second date? We will pay for it. We'll give him an allowance to take you out.
Oh, that's horrible. I mean, if he is okay with, you know, dating his mother, then...
Tim, are you okay with dating your mom?
That is the weirdest question we've ever asked during a second date update.
Look, Nicole, it was just one kid at a movie theater saying one thing. I don't think it's that big of a deal as you think it is. Like, of course I want to go on another date.
Yay!
Good man.
Aww.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Tim. You got your second date.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Yeah, no problem. You guys are going to have so much fun at Chuck E. Cheese. It's going to be great. Nicole, don't let him have too much root beer, though. You know how he gets.
Oh, that's horrible.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, good job to that guy, Tim. I'd go on a date with my mom, too.
Poor Tim.
Talking about today's second date update. In case you missed it, Tim wanted to call Nicole. They went to the movies, and he wasn't sure why she wasn't calling back. When we got her on the phone, we found out that while they were in the concessions line, he went to the bathroom, and then the dude that was working the counter said to her, oh, that's cool to see, like, mothers and their sons going out to the movies. So she didn't want to go out with him anymore because she felt awkward about the fact that she thinks she looks like his mom now.
Yeah.
But they did agree to go out again, which is good.
I doubt that she'll be posting any pictures of them together on social media anytime soon.
I like how this is awkward, but if the roles were reversed, if a guy looked like he was the father, he would take pride. He'd
Oh, you'd be like, oh, she's so young. I know, right?
What is wrong with your guys' gender?
You're like, no, Mr. Popcorn Dude at the movies, that's not my daughter. That's my GF. I know. Looks like I should have one that age, right?
And she calls me daddy.
Yeah, that's because I do for my first wife, but she's old, so I got a new model. That's how we do it. Anyway, if you want to do a second date update, remember, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Every guy knows this feeling. You're walking through the mall, just looking around, doing some shopping, grooving out to the music, maybe going to head over to PacSun and pick up some new flip-flops for a vacation you haven't scheduled yet. Who knows, man? It's crazy. You're at the mall, and then you look over there and you're like, oh, hello. Is that a lady?
There's probably a lot of them at the mall.
So you go up and talk to that attractive lady. Ask her a question, introduce yourself, tell her she looks beautiful, and she doesn't answer you. So you're like, man, she's playing hard to get. So you just keep talking, and you keep talking, and then all of a sudden, security comes and grabs you and takes you out of the store for harassing a mannequin.
Oh.
It happens to me on a lot of occasions. But apparently, in today's second date update, Kendra is on the phone. A guy came up and approached her in the mall, and Kendra is not a mannequin.
Well, that's good.
She is a real-life female woman.
Because this call would be really awkward if she was.
What's up, Kendra?
Hi, yes, it's true. I'm not a mannequin.
Nice. Yeah. So your email said that you met the dude you want to call today at the mall.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That is like old school style at the mall.
Yeah, no online dating. Yeah. I actually work at the mall. I work at a department store in the perfume section.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, how are you meeting men in the perfume section?
Well, it's sort of like a combination of perfumes and colognes. They're in the same area. So
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if he's buying perfume, do not believe him that it's for his mother.
Yeah. No, he came up to me and was asking me about like which cologne he should buy and what I'd recommend. And so I was giving him my thoughts on a few different ones. And he was like, well, what's your favorite one? And
Oh, that's a line right there. That is. Yeah, oh yeah. Anytime that I've ever hit on a woman at the mall, that's always what I do. Like, well, what shirt do you like best? Like,
Oh my God.
do you like the way these fit more?
I would just take that as a sign of an indecisive person.
No.
I had no idea.
There's usually an ulterior motive, but they usually never pick up on it. They're like, well, I like that one, but honestly, that one shows a little bit of your love handle. So for your body frame, I wouldn't wear it. And they're like, all right. So he asked you what your favorite one is.
yeah, and I told him, and then he's like, great, I'll take that one. So after I ring him up, he was like, so I was wondering, if I wear this, will you go out with me?
Oh, that's kind of cute.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
And that's when you called mall security.
No, I mean, I thought it was really cute. And also it's like the fact that he bought it and then asked me out. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like he was saying, well, you know, I'm only going to buy this if you go out with me kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like he already bought it, which was really
It
cool.
would have been funny if you said no and then he returned it right there.
Oh, my God.
All right, so you guys agreed to go out. When did you actually have a date?
Like a few days after that.
Okay.
Yeah, we got dinner. And so, yeah, it was really nice. And he wore that cologne and he smelled really good.
So, I mean, obviously you're doing a second date update, so you like the guy. Were you pleasantly surprised, though? You'd known him for 2 seconds at your job when you're helping him out buy some cologne, and now you're at dinner with him.
I was surprised at, like, how awesome our chemistry was. We had a really great conversation. And I guess I was really tickled at how we kind of played with each other. And
You got a tickle fight at the
my
restaurant?
gosh, yeah, a little play fight. That's what I heard too, Jubal.
Oh, well, no, I mean, not physically tickling, but, like, with our words, just, like, play jokes back and forth kind of thing.
Okay, so it was a lighthearted conversation.
Yeah. At one point, I had gotten a little worried because he started off saying, like, hey, I know this is just the first date, but I think I need to come clean about something.
Whoa.
That's not good.
Yeah,
That
that's
got
usually not a
heavy.
good sign.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, shoot, like, did you just come out of prison, or, like,
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
So he's like, I have to admit something. I actually was not interested in buying cologne. I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
I knew it. It just sounded like a line to me.
You're
So
right,
wait,
dude.
does that mean he had been to the department store before and like kind of stalked you a little bit and seen
No,
you?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's more like he was, I don't know, passing by. Like sometimes, like you're walking, through the entrance to get to
Okay.
another part, and then
Yeah.
I guess he just saw me and then decided he wanted to talk to me.
That's a compliment, right?
Yeah.
When he said that to me, it was really, I don't know, flattering because he specifically, played this whole act to get to talk to me and ask me out.
Let's go back to your date. What happened?
So the date was going so well that we actually ended up sharing, and for me, like, this is something that's never happened before. We started talking a little bit about our future together.
What?
Like
Whoa.
the
What do you
two of
mean?
you, or just in general?
Well, okay, so I was talking about my mom, and he was like, "Oh my God, that sounds just like my mom." And then we started sharing things about our moms, and we were like, "Oh my God, they're so similar. Like they would get along so well." And then he was like,
Whoa.
"Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if you met my mom."
What?
Wow.
Were you like, I mean, what was your reaction to that?
Well, to be honest, it didn't feel weird. It actually felt natural. Like
Good.
it just felt comfortable between the two of us. That's the one thing that I could think of, was like maybe he got spooked because we were already talking about a future and he already mentioned like meeting his mom. But the thing is, I didn't bring that up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was his thing. He's the one who brought it up. So
He scared himself.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I guess scared himself. I don't know.
So maybe he read the situation differently than you. Like you're like, oh, this feels normal, and to him it might have felt awkward.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing that I can possibly think about.
How did everything end?
He walked me back to my car, and like he just kind of stood there, and I thought he was gonna kiss me.
Uh-huh.
So I was trying to be open, ready to receive, but then
How does that happen? You just stand there with like your legs and your arms open,
Yeah.
like kind of like a gingerbread man. Like in case this happens, I want you to know my body language. I am wide open for it.
You sometimes have to be that direct with men.
No, I mean, like, I was just, ready for him to make a move, but then he just gave me a really big hug, and then he said, call me.
I don't think that's bad, though. I mean, some guys, either maybe he missed his moment, he felt like, or he doesn't kiss on the first date. Not all guys do.
Well, I mean, that's what I was thinking at first, but it's been 2 weeks now, and he hasn't responded to any of my texts.
I really want this to work out for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update. All right.
Okay.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Kendra is on the phone, and today she wants to call a guy named Ryan, who is not calling her back. And she really liked Ryan, mostly because they have the same mom.
No, that is
Yeah,
not true.
that's what she said.
No,
They have the same mom,
That's
and
not
so
what
she
she said.
really liked him, and they bonded. They went out to dinner and bonded at dinner, talking about their mothers, because she was like, my mom's like this, she's a crazy lady. And he was like, my mom's exactly the same way, she's a crazy lady too. We should totally have our moms meet. And I guess they had a really in-depth conversation about their families and future and all that stuff. But that's the reason she thinks she might not be getting a call back from Ryan, is because maybe he took it the other way and it seemed like a little too much too soon on their first date. Kendra, are you ready to call your kind of brother?
I'm ready to call Ryan.
Oh, my
All right. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now, see if we can get him on the phone and find out why he doesn't want to see you again, okay?
Okay.
Gosh, it sounds mean like that. Why he doesn't want to call you back. All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ryan, please?
This is him.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show?
Okay. I don't think I entered to win anything. Is this what this is about?
You didn't enter to win anything, no. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Have you ever heard of that before?
No, I haven't.
All right. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and find out why.
That's kind of strange, but...
Yeah, and the girl that emailed us about you is named Kendra.
Oh. She emailed you?
Yeah, she emailed us because she said that she had a really good time with you, but you haven't responded to anything, so she asked us to get you on the phone and see if we could figure out why you don't want to go out with her again.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it.
Wait, so there's a reason?
Well, yeah, there's a reason. I mean, I'm not just some kind of ass who blows people off for no reason. Like, if I'd liked her, I would have called her back.
Yeah, and that's why she's confused, because she thought you liked her.
Oh, I'm sorry, that just wasn't the case.
What? I thought you liked her. I mean, the way she described it, it sounds like you were super into her.
I mean, I thought I liked her at the start, but by the end of the date, I was definitely questioning that.
Wow. So what changed then?
I really don't want to talk about it. Isn't this enough? Haven't I told you enough?
No, actually, you just have actually piqued our interest more because you said there's a problem, but now we don't know what it is. See, here's the thing. She wants to know. She's been racking her brain. She's been thinking about you nonstop.
I really...
She sounds like a really nice person.
Can you at least just do her the favor?
If she really wants to know, you can just tell her that it was when we started talking about our families. She'll know what that means.
Honestly, I don't think she will, because when we talked to her, she said that when you guys started talking about your moms and your families, that was when you both perked up and thought everything was even better.
No, that's when things really took a turn. That was not.
What? She said that you were like, our moms should meet.
Yeah, at that point I thought everything was going really well, but then she got a little rude about the family thing. She's just a little too far.
She like rip on your mom?
No. Basically, we were talking about family, and we got talking about the holidays, and she sort of made a joke. She said, well, if things work out between us, you're going to spend the holidays at my place. Oh. And so I tried to joke back, basically saying, oh, well, next year we'll spend it at my place. That like an every other year sort of thing.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cute, right?
Yeah, it was sort of a cutesy little joke, but all of a sudden she got really serious about it.
Whoa. What do you mean she got serious about it?
Well, she refused to even acknowledge this joke and was like, well, no, we're spending it at my place every year or nothing at all. And then I was like, no, we can switch off every other year. That's the normal way to do things.
So now you're having an argument that people usually have, I don't know, a couple years into a relationship on a first date.
Exactly. I mean, she got so defensive about it. She was like, I have a huge family and I never miss Christmas. And so you're going to have to compromise and come to my Christmas every single year.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's not a compromise.
But I kind of get her. Like, one of the reasons I love my husband and knew it would work out is because his family does solstice. They don't even do Christmas. So I'm like, I own it. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, my family doesn't do a solstice or anything. So I would be missing my family's Christmas to go to her family every year. It was unreasonable.
I mean, you don't think that there's maybe a way you could come to a conclusion later on down the road?
No, not at all. There's no reasoning with Kendra.
Whoa!
There's no reasoning with her.
She's basically squatting on Christmas and saying, this is my day. It's not yours. It's mine for the rest of time. It was absurd.
Taking away Christmas.
Oh my God, you
Wow.
guys are kind of cute still together to me. Is that bad?
Hey, Ryan, I want to let you know that Kendra is actually on the phone listening right now and wants to talk to you.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. Kendra, say hi if you're still there.
Hi, Ryan.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So what, this whole thing was a setup?
Kind of, yeah.
Look, Ryan, I told you that Christmas is really important to me. Okay?
Yeah, I remember you saying that, and I just thought it was ridiculous.
Well, okay. Well, if it's ridiculous, that means that Christmas is not important to you, which means you can spend it at my place.
Oh, that's a pretty good point.
No, of course Christmas is important to me. That was not even what you were saying on this date, though. You were saying that Christmas was more important to you than it would ever be to me, basically.
No, I never said that. I never said that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, that is essentially what you were saying to me, Kendra.
No, I told you, I have a big family. I have never missed Christmas once in my life, okay? And this is the only time I get to see some of my relatives, and just because I start dating someone, that doesn't mean that, like, suddenly I'm going to start missing Christmas.
You guys have been on one date. What are you doing?
You think I don't have a family, too?
No, I know you have a family. We
Christmas with my
talked about
family.
this. Your family can come to my place and spend Christmas with my family, but it's going to be at my house.
You already know my family lives far away. It's not even easy for them to get together for Christmas with my own family, let alone your family.
Okay, well, you know what? Like, I mean, some of them are already coming from different parts of the country, so they might as well just come over here and all be together. And
That's
like,
absurd.
Oh my God, what is happening right now?
no, it's not absurd. I'm telling you, your family can come to my place. It'll be great. But, like, that's it. Like, we can compromise in that you'll get to see your family, you'll get to have Christmas, but it's going to be at my place.
You're being so selfish. It's no wonder that you don't have a boyfriend, okay?
Wow. Well, look who's talking, mister. I don't have a girlfriend yet.
That's true. You got some common ground there. You guys are both single, at least.
I will say, Kendra, I mean, isn't there like a way, like maybe you guys could do Christmas Eve at his place, Christmas morning at your place?
There is no compromising on this. I get all of Christmas, including Christmas Eve and Christmas morning and afternoon. You get all the other holidays, like all of them. I don't care, but I have Christmas.
Oh, what? I get Arbor Day? What, Flag Day? Like, no one even celebrates those holidays.
So, I mean, like, you could do those days if you wanted to, but I mean, like, 4th of July, come on, like, fireworks and,
Christmas
you know,
is the
like,
only important holiday out of those.
well, fine, but Christmas is the only important one to me. So you get an important one, I get an important one.
Do you guys realize that this is all a hypothetical conversation because you've only been on one date?
It's not hypothetical. This is real.
Yeah, I mean, I promise you, if you just one Christmas, just try it out and come to my place, you will understand what I'm talking about. You're going to love it. I mean, your family will love it because it's amazing. It's like, I can't even describe. You'll just fall in love with it, and then you won't even want to have Christmas any other place.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do, isn't it?
What do you mean?
That's exactly what you want. You reel me in for one Christmas, and then I'm stuck there for the rest of my damn life.
No, I'm not reeling. Okay, I'm reeling you into the first one.
I don't care how good the presents
you
are. I
would
don't care how good
decide
the
on your
Christmas
own
cookies are.
all the other Christmas. You would want to come to my place.
You guys have to go out again.
Yeah.
I mean, you are dating. You're dating already. You realize that, right?
I think you guys are married. Actually, you don't know it, but you've only been on one date. Ryan, would you like to go out on one more date with Kendra? You guys can have a discussion about this in private if you want. We will pay for a second date. Will you go out with Kendra again?
Please.
It doesn't even sound like Kendra wants to go out with me.
No, I mean, I like you. I think you're great. We have this disagreement. And if we could just work this one issue out, then I think this relationship could possibly work.
Okay, so she is open to going out with you again, Ryan. Would you do it? We will pay for a second date.
I would consider it, and I will try to look past all the mean things she's just said. Only if she will consider spending Christmas one time at my family's place.
Oh, that's a good
All
deal,
right.
Kendra. Just once, man.
Absolutely not. Never happening.
Are you serious?
Okay, so
Pretty good deal. Really, though?
so is-
Kendra.
that's a no, Kendra. You don't want to go out with Ryan again because he wants to spend maybe one Christmas with his family.
That is a capital N, capital O.
Dude, but what if you like fell in love with him and you guys started having your own Christmases at some point
No,
together?
no, I will always be spending Christmas with my family. Ryan, you and your stupid family can go have your little Christmas together, but I'm not going on a second date with you. Sorry.
Wow.
Kidding me?
All right, well, I think that's enough for the second date update. I don't know. I don't know what happened,
Me
but
neither.
I think it was a second date update.
Yeah, it was
I'm not sure.
close.
I feel like I was listening to a married couple argue, but Kendra, sorry you didn't get a second date, but at least.
No, I don't care anymore.
Okay.
Cool. Well, one thing this second date update has taught me is I'm even more thankful now than ever before that I don't talk to my family very much. Saving me a lot of arguments.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
You just heard a very contentious second date update from last year with Kendra and Ryan. Yes. And believe it or not, they're actually on the phone with us again. Hey! Kendra and Ryan, how are you guys?
Doing well.
Good.
All right.
Sounds friendlier.
Well, yeah, it sounds a lot friendlier. I need to be honest. When our producer said that you had emailed the show with an update, I thought they were joking. I was like, what's the update? They're still not talking and they still hate each other? But apparently you two had some news that you wanted to share with us. Are you guys together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
How?
Really?
Things ended so rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, actually, after that, I did not have any intention of seeing him again. I was so angry.
Really? I couldn't have picked that up on the phone call at all that you were angry.
Yeah, she hit it well.
Yeah, to be honest, I did not see us really having a future either.
Who reached out to who, though?
I did, actually.
Really?
You did?
Yeah.
Would you just text him a middle finger and then you guys started talking again?
Oh, no, so, okay, like, when you guys played it on the radio, a lot of my friends and family heard it, and they gave me a really hard time. They were just like, I don't know what you're doing. You guys have incredible chemistry, and you can't agree on one thing, Christmas. And basically, they're just like, you made a major mistake. And even my grandma was like, if you don't marry him, I will.
Yeah, because he was really willing to compromise a lot.
Yeah, so I reached out to him and I texted him, so are your friends and family giving you a hard time too?
And of course, I said yes.
And then I told him what my grandma said, and then I was like, so do you want to get a drink and laugh about this together?
Dude, I would have thought you were setting me up if I were him.
Honestly, it became something that we could talk about. Just the call and how much we were bothered by our friends and family about it. It was like something
and
to
I think
bond.
we realized what my friends and family had seen and what I saw before Christmas was mentioned, which was that, yeah, we are pretty amazing together and we're really great. So,
well, what's the new Christmas custody plan? Like, what have you decided on?
Oh, boy. Well, basically what we decided was that it would be a coin toss, 50-50.
Uh-huh.
We'd both have even chances every year of having it at our family's place.
That's hilarious.
All right. And who's going to be doing the coin toss?
but I am. I'm going to be the one who's it.
Check
That's
that
what I
coin,
figured.
Ryan. Check it. It could be one of those fake ones with two sides.
Double-headed coin. Oh, look, it's heads again. My family again.
6th year in a row.
Yeah, we have yet to agree upon who's going to toss the coin.
I'm
But,
sure you said that I could.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Hey, look, we don't have time to get into all of this with you guys. We'll let you hash that out on your own. But
Grandma do
congratulations for being able to, I guess, find love in your... Yeah, it was weird.
yeah, well, thanks to her grandma, honestly.
Yeah, seriously. And we do some of these second date updates with people who are like, we hear from them later that they're married and stuff like that. I think you two actually have a chance out of all those people at going the distance because you're already like 50 years married at this point, the way you argue.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's a compliment or, but I'll take it as well.
It's a compliment, yeah.